Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome back to Magnus Opuli. We're going to jump right back into it. We need
Hold on.
volunteers for...
Sorry, I forgot to hit record. We do that intro in 3, 2...
Hell no.
All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Welcome back to the Magnus Opuli campaign, the Ozymandias campaign. We're going to jump right into it. I need a volunteer for the recap.
Me. I got this. Came prepared.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Don't forget what
Blaine,
Frask
I
did.
I'm waiting for
I know.
the spin.
I know what Frask did was not related to what anyone else did, but it's important to mention what he did.
It was.
I will. I will. Okay. So we were in the throne room of King Baldwin, where we then learned about the plague in the westward. Apparently, the priest that worship a god that we don't know the name of, but it has a name. And then we talked with Belshazzar, the necromancer, who I believe called not Pete, Musket Lawn, said that he'd make like a good end table or something, and then proceeded to fly off on his fancy lazy boy chair. He said that if we take care of the house,
dude, right?
he probably. He wants us to take care of the Hellspawn, so he can resume construction. But apparently the Hellspawn moves, and so he said if we find it and take care of it, he'll redirect it. Then we went to the town square. There was a town crier. He said something about missing citizens of Ishtash or Iltosh, something like that. And then a dragon turtle in the Lappa League of the Shining Sea mobilizing troops. Frask then, at that time, sprinkled some dust in a well, then proceeded to go in the well to steal the water from the well, then was confronted by a guard.
Steal or use?
He definitely said you stole it, even though it was a public utility.
Trying to prove the tragedy of the commons.
Yes. While he was doing that, or I guess near time, we went to the Merchants Guild of the Guild Hall, and proceeded them to tell them a story. I think Don Sorgo told them a story about the time that he built a wall around the city with chickenpox, and nobody got out. At which point they told us about like how expensive the canal was and how potentially Pentamorta was behind Belshazzar's construction bid or some nonsense like that.
Was Pentamorta involved in that? I don't remember that.
According to the guild guy that we talked to that was not given a name.
Yeah, Guild Greg.
Yeah, Guild Greg, sure.
I thought he was just like, I don't know what's going on. Fuck all those guys.
We said the guild leaders, Xeraphon and committee decides who gets the bid jobs, and then he said that the canal job specifically was determined on the king's authority, and he suspected that Pentamorta was behind how he got that bid. Then we went to Westgate because we wanted to hear all about this this plague stuff. At which point,
Your mic's on.
Your mic's on.
The people need to know about the cats getting fed. God damn it! Priority.
Feed
I
your
muted my
cats
mic
pretty
for the
early.
stream, but not for you guys. I'm sorry.
This is what the people want. Fed kitties.
Yeah. Then we went to the trade town where there were a bunch of archers on the buildings surrounding Westgate. It's at this point that Brass turned into a snake, and Don Sorgo, snuck through a little passageway in there. Blaine jumped over the wall, camouflaged in with some citizens. We saw some priests in the Sunset District a little bit before that. And then...
Oh yeah, they were like wheeling a cart of food?
Yep. And then I think it was at that point that we did a flashback. The water and food.
Corpse cart?
The priests had the corpse cart, the guards had the food.
Yes. So I saw a corpse cart.
Different carts going opposite directions.
Yes. And then we had a flashback to where I told y'all about like my different forms that I have. I showed some pictures. And then we went back to the normal state. I got a sending stone from Musket Lawn, and then the cart with food and water went into Westgate, at which point we heard some sort of religious person comparing the plague victims to the king, staging a revolt, yada yada yada. And then they opened, and the cart came in, and he basically made them charge. In the brief minutes before that, I happened to meet a lovely guy named Primus, who has only an upper half, and decided to free him heroically from this leper colony. That's how we're going to say that.
Yeah.
But yes, all these lepers eventually tried to attack the opening in the gate where they were bringing in the stuff. It's at that point that Blaine got just buffeted by a bunch of arrows, but narrowly survived. Helen healed him, and then Frash took the form of a giant snake, which was awesome until I think he tried to intimidate them, at which point he failed majestically and vomited, I think, half of a goat or something onto them, and then accidentally stumbled into an alley, and then just walked it off.
Like the size of a snake, the size of a building. just
fell off, and then
the YouTube videos of when you poke a snake and it just turns over because that's its defense mechanism.
And then I believe the massive lepers began to make for the exit towards the gate. They got buffeted by a bunch of arrows. They turned into some sort of a misty steam, and then one of them got buffeted by a couple arrows, and then formed this giant, I'm going to say Titan-esque, fleshy golem thing that was attacking the gate. Musket Lawn took out his mobile cannon, shot it, and everyone worked together to close the gate. And Blake ran
Everyone except
away
like
from the arrows, from the many arrows he took. Did I miss anything?
At the very end, something else happened.
Okay, then I missed that.
We talked to the guards. They were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And we're like, "All right."
And as you were getting the fuck out, Xenophon showed up, flanked by 2 other Seraphim.
Yeah, I did not remember that.
Well, we'll jump right. Well, that's what we'll pick up then. So, Musket Lawn is still at the wall. Y'all are taking refuge in the Sunset Quarter. The arrows they're not being thrown at you anymore. They're being thrown at this giant golem thing. And I think Musket Lawn's probably the only person who can see Xenophon flanked by 2 other Seraphim arrive. I'm going to let y'all go first.
Are we still in initiative?
No.
Okay.
All right, so I'm still currently helping to reinforce and hold the gate that we managed to get shut, correct?
If you'd like to be, yes.
Yeah, it's okay. So, I mean...
Did you end up barring it?
We were doing an action to shut it, me and... was it... Who else was nearby me? Somebody else assisted with that.
I think
I just crushed the roll. Anyway.
I thought some of the archers or some of the guards were helping you.
I think I helped you with that.
Yeah,
I thought
Sorgo
we were done
or
with that.
yeah. So I think the door is shut. Yeah, and then I am, worried about the terrible ramshackle nature of this shoddily constructed wall, and vocally expressing all of the flaws of it along the way.
So
I have
Xenophon and these 2 other, Hussars.
Musket Lawn's marketing campaign of the Musket Lawn Boring Company wall building project. It's going to be great. Let's have some more walls. Why do we need the wall? It keeps us free.
Xenophon will say, you again. I wish this were under better circumstances, but open the gate. We have work to do.
Open the gate. I just got the damn thing shut.
He's gonna.
Not that it's worth a tinker's fart, mind you. This gate, it's just bangs on it with a hammer, knocks bits of it off in semi-crucial areas.
He takes his sword out. The other knight, shoulders his shield and arms himself. The third knight, kind of stretches with this big axe, and he said,
"You do realize there's a giant fleshy monster thingy in there, which I don't know your type, but that one's a bit ugly."
Puts his helmet on and says, "That's why we're here."
All right, well, go with your gods. It's been nice knowing you. I'll be building the wall of your new tomb. And then...
So you open the gate, and as the 3 Seraphim walk through, they invoke their power and all spring wings of fire. And you watch
As one
them
does.
take off at a sprint into they make a sharp turn and charge at the thing. And as you shut the gate behind them, you shut it to sounds of combat.
Bloody wankers! If they have wings, why didn't they just fly over the fucking wall?
That's what I was thinking.
We're just gonna let them fly.
They're like the wings on boots. They just make you go fast.
Strictly ornamental. Yeah.
Yeah, they're ornamental.
They make them like F-Zero cars, not like planes.
Right, it's downforce. They're for downforce.
But they're spoilers.
As a Seraphim gets kicked over the wall. He needs more downforce! I can help you with that too!
What is this group down here doing?
Scribbles in palm.
I don't
Angel
know.
spoilers.
So wait, is Blake still? Is he with us now, or did he like bug out from the city walls?
Blake is with you. You are all together.
Okay.
All four.
Or probably like eating him with a glove or something. What were you thinking?
Blake can't hear you right now because I believe he's on the telephone. When you gather around, what you see is a pitiful creature, a half of a Warforged, the upper half of a Warforged. It's clearly old. Rotted is not the right word. Just broken. Ramshackled is a good word. This thing used to have a wheelchair to get around with, but not anymore. So
Blaine stole it.
Now, just to be clear, we think this is sentient, right?
One of you thinks so.
Okay.
We've
So
never met
what
this before.
happened was either theft or kidnapping. Just
Blake clearly used the word liberate.
well, he uses lots of words.
So, hey, fella, what's your whole thing?
He'll turn to you and say, "I am a broken toy."
Aren't we all?
He says yes.
Yeah, I think that's all he says.
He
Which I guess
reaches.
you guys wouldn't know.
He reaches into his chest and pulls out a marionette that has the strings, but not the thing you control it with.
To be clear, I did not mean to link suggestion. I was.
Okay.
Strange for
I
something.
recently found out. I didn't realize I always have my domain spells prepared. So.
Oh yeah. You don't have to choose your domain spells; they're always there.
Strange for something to speak and move, yet contain no life force or heart or brain.
I go on like a spinning top, and he holds out the broken marionette to you, Frask.
These
Frask,
magics.
We're all kind of just spinning tops. We're just spinning tops made of like meat and bones.
Brask understands not the ways of this being.
You have a home here.
My home. I don't. And he goes on like that for a while. He's
So
kind of
do
like
we-
gesturing, very confused.
So do we know what he is? Can we roll like a, I don't know, history check or something for that?
I think that would be Helen's department.
Sure. Is it history or?
I would say history or arcana, your choice.
Oh well, it's all the same shit for me.
It's gonna color the answer you get. Nope.
Well, you know what? I'll just check if I know either of them.
All right, because I do want to tell you. So, from a history standpoint, you've studied essentially research projects where people have researchers have tried to invent life. And long, long ago, some artificers put together the Warforged. And this seems to be one of them, but it's not well understood. It was kind of the errata to a really old text, so there's not a lot of detail. All you recall is that they are built beings. They were not born.
Kind of a lost art kind of thing.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Does the name Warforged imply then that they were used in war?
Yes, and from a metagaming perspective, the war for Eberron is the war, but Eberron's not here,
Yeah.
so.
So he kidnapped a disabled vet off of the street. Is what I am getting from this.
Yeah, sure did.
Awesome.
Can we help you, bud?
He says, yes. You can purchase one of my toys. And he holds the marionette out to you. 1 silver.
No.
Govgum, I carry not silver,
I'll
nor
toss him
desire
another
your
silver.
toys. But you are welcome within our clan.
Thanks, Don Sorgo. One of us had to do it.
He takes the silver, and Don, he hands you the toy.
This is like when you're on a date and the guy tries to sell you a flower.
Yeah. This is 2 now that we have. I'll let you guys know.
Wait, 2
Mm,
homeless people,
Boys,
or
Blake brought one. Not yet. No, we've only got the one so far.
okay.
But the night is young. No, we bought a toy from him before.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be real with you. He's not saying anything useful right now.
Yeah, my vote is honestly that we just take him somewhere where he'll be safe and just sort of forget about it. I mean, come back and check him later or whatever, but
There was a closet where I fell in that alley. It would be a good space to contain Kovgum until we return.
Because Blaine's not here, I believe he wanted to get his idea was to get Primus out of town.
do we know of any? I also recall him wanting to build new weapons for it.
I think he wanted to fix it.
Yeah. So we're
Um,
going to send the wounded veteran back into combat. I'm just gonna try and find as many ways as I can to make this worse.
Yeah. Really, yeah, we're gonna give him some prostheses so that we can look. We're trying to. You remember the guy from everybody's favorite movie, Avatar? We just want to. Are we the blue people, or are we the ones who put him in a mech or whatever?
I'm gonna let the group here kind of stew on what they want to do with Primus. I'm gonna go back to Musketlon. There's the glorious sounds of combat. Some yelling. This giant beast is getting riggedy wrecked, is how I would say it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone sets a building on fire, however, which I guess is not to be unexpected. But eventually, you see one of the knights that is not Xenophon. This guy here with the axe, he kind of runs up the wall and turns around and raises the axe above his head. And the top of the axe you can see over the wall, exuding a molten flame. And he brings it down and carves deep into the shoulder of this giant. And this giant searing wound opens up, and it seems to destroy it. But instead of the body crashing to the ground, it just disintegrates into a fine mist or fine powder.
Interesting.
Is dead.
Not
And after
pile
he's
of corpses.
dead-
It started a pile of corpses. You think it'd fall back into a pile of corpses?
Well, I will remind you.
Not corpses, but just corpsey looking fellas.
Well, the other people that got and then made the composite
Mhm.
person monster,
Sacrifices had to be made.
did burst into like dust, and then the dust collected. So
Okay.
The Seraphim will, come back to the gate, and Xenophon will let us out.
Did you wash your hands?
You hear the other two Seraphim laugh, not Xenophon.
Okay. I
opened
am
the
so
door.
sorry.
You're right, Blaine.
Yeah. Sorry. Work.
That's all right, man.
Quick recap.
So the guys down here around Primus and the Sunset Gate, they're figuring out what to do with Primus, and Musketlon is watching the Seraphim beat up on this giant flesh golem.
yeah, they just dusted him.
Nice. He didn't
Literal-
come back.
Nah,
Oh, good.
turned into dust. He just got Thanos, and as this golem, this flesh golem thing, disappears into the air, Musketlon, do you open the gate for them?
Yes.
Okay. They'll come out, and Xenophon will walk past you. The guy with the axe, the one that actually killed him, will like pat you on the shoulder as he passes you, and then they're gonna walk to like the center here.
Make sure as they go, I make sure to point the parts where I've stamped my brand name in the improved parts of the wall and door, and
You hear as
offer to give them some upgrades and improvements if ever they want to get some competent weaponry in the armor smith. And
it's hard to tell whether or not you got their attention. Xenophon, definitely not. He's got a thing to do. He walks into the a block and a half away. He walks into the main square where the town criers are, and people kind of hush as he gets up on a pedestal, and he says, "Guards, organize a search. We need to know if anyone broke the quarantine." And then he says, "I need to talk to Baldwin about Ort." Says Cop.
Baldwin about what?
Ort.
Wait, is this the Ort Cloud? People dust?
Ort.
Blaine is gonna change.
It is Ort with 2 O's, so.
That's a great name. So interesting way.
Yeah, Blaine's gonna make sure that he is no longer showing the leprosy blend in that he had going on before, because that may be a telltale sign.
Yep.
And then he's also gonna change his clothes. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna change them to a Kalasham merchant's clothes.
Leisure suit.
I don't know if I shared that picture with you.
Yeah,
but...
we'll go back to you have. We'll go back to Blaine and the crew down here. So Blaine is Blake, whatever, not Blaine, is changing his form again to try and escape and evade. Helen and Dawn?
We've been trying to figure out this broken record that's Don Sorgo, I think this guy has a screw loose.
Probably
Literally
so.
Perhaps there is an organization of researchers.
Maybe we could just have Musketlon make him souped up or something.
Yeah,
Again,
it's a
as
self-esteem
paladin,
thing.
and our disabled war vet consent to this.
Well,
being souped up.
He's either able to consent or he's already basically dead, and we can make him into a cannon.
Did not strictly answer the question.
You stay away from my bit, laddie.
So I think we probably at this point, unless you just want to hang out there forever and never rejoin the party, Musketlon, I think you probably...
Yeah, Musketlon, continues to work
Maybe
his
I don't
way
know
down.
if we heard. I don't know if we heard their pronouncement that they're going to send out a search party, but that's probably good for us to know.
You did not hear that.
No.
Only Muslim did that.
I did wonder. Were all three of the Seraphim human?
Yes.
All right, so having gotten out that I keep doing about my business, sending the guards about on errands to where I'm alone, and then use the sending to Blake with the stone to let him know that they're doing a roundup on anyone inside the wall. So make sure your asses are covered and get an alibi.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So you guys get informed via sending stone.
Let's go not next to the wall.
Why don't we just leave the town at this point? We were leaving anyway.
Yeah, let's go to the boning gate.
Oh, there's the
Giggity.
Sunset Gate. We're right at the Sunset Gate.
Yeah, that is convenient.
The boning gate sounds more fun.
That's what I was thinking.
Um,
Hell, it's a dirty girl.
Just to help, I guess, am I still like pretty badly injured?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You might want to
I'm gonna-
hole up and let Blaine's blood stop bleeding.
It's fine mostly. Yeah, I'm gonna rub some of the crushed waka nuts and eat. Let's see, 2 doses of my Ryath root.
I'm gonna rub some chili flakes into his wounds.
So that's gonna do that, and let me get rid of one of those, and then whatever
I mean, we can
those
just
are.
rest and you can spend hit dice.
It's gonna heal me
No.
for 13.
Let him use his stuff.
That's why it's there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I could have done lay on hands too, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I already used spells.
I know.
so
I get
do
it.
you, so do you guys? What is your
Look,
Like-
there are houses outside there. We can rest outside the Sunset Gate. Like, especially if we're not going to just say abandon the tin can. Like, I feel like it's probably a character that they know about.
Frask? Do you go to the Sunset Gate?
Well, if we're going to camp outside of Sunset Gate, Frask would like to attempt to make he basically using his survival skills would like to try and make his own shelter, and if possible, trap something for him to eat that night.
So as you walk out into the street and turn to the Sunset Gate, you notice a problem. And the problem is the enormous collection of double-decker corpse carts.
Corpse cards?
Corpse carts. Yeah.
Oh, they're 2-story carts.
Yeah, big carts.
Bring out
that
your
are-
dead, plenty of room.
that are being staged to leave the Sunset Gate. And what's happening is these priests are inspecting the carts for the plague. So they're going cadaver by cadaver, looking and
Well-
making sure there's no plague.
Frask is not a cadaver, and he has no interests in corpses, so unless the
perhaps we
others
should-
stop, he'll walk around them.
I have
Perhaps we
great
should leave
interest.
to the Dawn Gate.
What?
Perhaps we should leave to the Dawn Gate. Or I imagine there's less scrutiny because
Well, I'm,
Sunset Gate's just basically like the plague.
unless one of you guys
Exit
stops
tunnel.
me, I'm gonna go ask somebody why there's so many dead people.
I mean, go for it, yeah.
Great.
So
Always
you,
have it.
Can I do a perception roll to see? Because last time I was here, I felt like there was an air of danger that I was missing.
okay, yeah. Wow.
Danger.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great roll. What you see, I would say what you would spot is that as Frask kind of steps out to look, you see one of the priests look at Frask and like quizzically look at like one of the other priests, and like says something to him, who then turns and says something to somebody else. You can't really hear what they're saying, but you get the impression that Frask is not supposed to be here.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the
Yeah, Frask, come on over here, bud.
priests and be like,
Hmm.
"Why do you have enormous carts of dead people?"
He says, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here."
Why
Wait.
not? Where's here? I don't have a map.
This is something I missed on the recap.
Oh, is sunsetting like sunsetting human
Yeah.
lives? Or-
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Gives
I
you a
just thought it was
slow
going to
nod.
be a nice view.
No.
Why did all these people die so much? It seems like this is a lot.
Hold on, and he'll turn and motion another cleric over and say something to them. Would you? They're. It seems like they're waffling between calling guards and entertaining this conversation. Is there anything you do to?
Yeah, well, look, I'm clearly lost. I'm just a curious little woman. I'll look. Where can you point me in the direction of somewhere that isn't gonna piss you off?
Yes. I don't know how you could have possibly taken a wrong turn, but Trade Town is that way. Literally the opposite.
Oh, okay. And I have a piece of paper that I'm pretending is a map in my hand, and I flip it upside down, like, oh.
Okay, I really want you to roll a deception check.
Oh, oof. Okay. Okay. In that case, I am going to channel divinity.
Okay.
To become proficient in deception.
In deception? That's cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. But I am not good at it. Oh god. So
All right,
it's not a
I'm gonna
three,
run.
It is a 6.
It's a 6.
I'm gonna run up and just yell, "Helen, Auntie, there you are! You're so turned around."
My lovely nephew.
It's literally the beginning of Aladdin. Okay.
Oh, my nephew.
Well, I suppose I
thanks for
rolled
rescuing
deception
me
too, then.
because
She thinks the monkey is the Sultan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Go
Something
ahead.
along those lines.
Go ahead,
No.
Sorgo. How is it that I already need another?
oh my lord.
Do I need luck? I will
You
burn
can roll.
luck. I've got
Yes,
luck.
you can burn luck.
You're so bad at it.
This could be bad.
I rolled it. Oh, there we go.
Have it.
Alright, basic competence.
All right. They
Oh,
so
I mean, Auntie.
Helen turns around what seems to be a blank sheet of paper, like just takes a blank sheet of paper and turns it upside down and it's like, and these clerics look at each other and then Don Sargo runs in and puts an actual map on top of it and is like, oh, there you are.
Oh, this is much
I feel
easier to read.
like first I put another blank sheet of paper and went, "Oh shit!"
Oh, shit. Or it was like upside flip
Or-
it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily. This is much easier to read. That other map was hard to see the lines.
Well,
Oh,
it's like-
thanks. Oh, thanks, fellas. We just get out of view.
Okay.
So let me read my other channel divinity. I didn't expect. So I thought these channel divinities. I was like, well, these were fun, but they're not very useful. Well, that one wasn't very useful. It's not a channel divinity. It is a spell. Let me just see.
Can I mention something that I forgot to mention earlier?
Yes, please.
Because Helen and Musket Lawn weren't there, I guess, but in the recap, the demagogue who was speaking in there, or the preacher, whatever, said specifically referring to like people that he doesn't trust, and he referenced not the healers who put us in our graves, and he was talking about the Sunset Gate.
Mm.
So I don't know how we want to take that. Definitely seems like they're not on the up and up, but
Yeah, no, they're creepy. Can we get within 10 feet of the corpse cart without these are supposed to be huge, right? Can we just get on the other side of the corpse cart from these jags?
Yeah, and there's plenty of them to go around. Like you can find an unattended corpse cart.
All right, first of all, I'm gonna look at them and see if I notice anything that looks, not
do they look like leprosy?
natural causes death. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Medicine.
Medicine. Okay, I'm not terrible at medicine.
Oh wow, great roll. 2 very good rolls. Okay, so you see a few things in this corpse cart. You see, for one, uh, some bodies that seem to be starved. Some seem to have been riddled with arrows.
Hmm.
These are things you've seen before. Things that you haven't seen before.
Recently.
there's one
Big
cadaver
blind.
that is like just missing huge parts of its body for like no good reason. You've never seen a disintegrate spell, but it's almost like large,
Just
vein.
whole pieces are missing. Like
yeah, and in like weird ways. It doesn't
not,
make any
they don't look like they're cut away. They look like they were just laser blasted, although I don't know what a laser is.
sense. Yeah, it looks like they just disappeared.
Laser cut bodies. Okay. Hmm. Okay.
What kind of pieces are missing?
I'm going to cast Speak with the Dead on the laser cut body.
Okay. Yeah.
One does.
Oh man. You're gonna make me do this now? I was gonna save this for later.
I'm sorry.
I
You
was
can't
gonna
put
save
corpse carts in front of the Speak with the Dead lady.
Man,
She's a
This is-
chatty gal.
this is a secret I was saving, but screw you, Helen.
I'm so sorry.
Stop keeping all your secrets in corpses,
Okay,
John.
no,
Real
you get
life
to-
has ratted
Maybe
you
I'll
out.
ask dumb, bad questions.
You get to ask the questions. 5 of them, I believe.
Yep. Let's see. What happened? How did you die, dear?
My body was taken to form another.
Who took it?
I don't. It left by itself.
It left by itself?
I don't know of a clearer way to say that, but
Yes.
she doesn't know.
Okay. What creature were you made into?
She says, I saw it form a great, terrible thing, and then all was black.
Very descriptive.
Do you guys have anything else you want to ask this Deado? I got 10 minutes.
Where did you die?
Good question. Where did you die?
Is this number 4 or number 5?
4.
4? In the West Gate, after I was taken.
Maybe.
Why were you taken, you think?
Was she sick? Or were you able to tell that from the medicine check?
That's a good question.
So
Was this a leprous body? The pieces that were not disintegrated?
I would say
18
I can't make that leap for you. I want you to make that leap for yourself.
I mean, you can always ask that question.
My guess is the disintegrated portions were the leprous portion.
Maybe.
In the town of Alto, who is the best meat marketer?
Oh, we're not asking that, Brass.
No.
Fast says this to the corpse, and the corpse only responds to Helen.
Corpse does not know Draconic.
I'll ask that as my 6th question.
I mean, it would be
How can
good to
we
know.
avenge your death?
a good one. Yeah.
Oh man, what would this person say?
Go to the library.
I feel for you because, but to be
Find a
fair, you
cure.
did make me make one of the
She-
party in the last game, like the chosen one or something.
This corpse, a female, a woman, the head, like It's kind of lifted up. The jaw is like moving unnaturally, and the last two words come out in a rattle, and she says, "Kill Xenophon."
Oh shit! Really? Xenophon. Not Belshazzar. Xenophon.
Well, to be clear, the demagogue was saying that he was against Xenophon, but it
Oh,
may
really?
be she may be
She may be under the influence
yeah,
of,
she may be just like
you know,
she-
souls corrupted and all that stuff.
yeah, she may be misinformed about like who's actually.
So is Xenophon the Seraphim or is Xenophon the
Xenophon's
evil
the Seraphim.
mage
Yeah.
dude? Seraphim?
Xenophon is the Seraphim. Yep.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Belshazzar.
The guy you would think is a good guy.
He has a legit celestial horse.
Seems
So
like he's
I trust
making
him.
all the best enemies, though.
He's really competing with you for glory, don't
Okay, I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie there. I'm not gonna.
You may have just found your life rival there.
All right. Well, Helen's a little bit spooked. I think we should get the fuck out of this city.
Does this look like, since I've actually seen people with the leprosy, does she have any markings on her that, or to any of these bodies for that matter?
There doesn't look like there's any leprosy on these bodies. The bodies can be classified into like those strange, like a few of them have these weird, I would say like veins taken out of them, but veins like copper veins, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So big section chunks of flesh.
Yeah, just gone. There are no marks of tools or weapons. It's like they were hit by a small disintegrate spell.
Helen
on
doesn't
that
have a particular problem with necromancy, obviously, but she's still like creeped out by all.
I want to ask Primus if how he lost his legs.
So you
Oh, we put him in a closet.
you guys
Let's
have to
get out of this
you
area.
have
missed
to
that
leave.
recap.
Yeah, we're leaving this area first. We're not chit chatting by the corpse cards.
So where do you go? So where do you go first?
Okay,
I
can
mean, if
ask
we
you-
go back to the towards Trade Town, that's where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, I would
No,
say
me-
we go to Trade Town, try to
There
find
is
a quiet.
there
area.
is a bar that John clearly has prepared because he has a symbol for it.
well, that's where we went last time.
We did
You'll
go
like
there?
us there.
Yeah,
I
they
was
already
gonna-
hate us there. So
Oh, interesting.
I was gonna ask
forgot
John.
that.
Primus's like bottom half. Does it look, in the way you're describing these people's like loss of limbs? Does it look similar to that?
No.
Okay.
Not
I
at all.
just didn't know if they were connected. Okay. Thank
No,
you.
his body kind of ends in a spine that's just kind of dangling,
Okay.
like a mechanical spine.
Okay.
like a toy a kid broke.
Yeah.
So sad y'all put him in the closet.
So
Huh?
yeah, what do you do with Primus?
Why
wanna
would
bring
you
him
say
with
that
us.
somebody actually put away their toys, Chase?
He's a sentient toy.
But you kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, saved,
let's not
kidnapped.
point fingers here, buddy.
I'm a paladin. That's what I do. I mean, maybe there's some like I don't know magic order that studies these things, and we can drop him off there eventually. Like right
Or
now,
some sort of island where we can just dump him on.
Sure, we're on at some point.
yeah, he's you know, I figure he seems like a character that people would recognize as supposed to be in quarantine. Like he's pretty distinct. Maybe we shouldn't be walking around town with him.
Oh, did I use all my channel divinity today? Hold on.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Frask
We
could
could ask him a
turn
few questions,
into
like, how long
large
has he been in there?
snake and carry him. No one would bother us.
Do we get the sense that as we're walking towards the trade town, do we get the sense that people are noticing the weird robot man we have with us?
I'm not even gonna make you roll because your passive is pretty good. Yeah, it's weird to be carrying a half robot man, especially in the company of a giant lizard folk.
When you can
So-
turn into a giant snake, every problem looks like a little mouse.
So, like,
Or a big
Hey.
mouse.
never mind. I'm actually proficient in that. I don't need a channel divinity. I do have a disguise kit that I'm proficient in. I don't know how well we can disguise.
Can we put a
both
sheet
of
over
this.
him?
Yeah, I was gonna say just put him in like a knapsack.
Toss him
and
on the camel, put a sheet on him.
Put him over your
Pretend
back
he's-
and just-
Keep him still.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you have
the
a camel. I forgot
camel.
about that.
So
That's,
are you going to disguise him as what, cargo?
Yeah.
Sure,
With-
yeah.
I was
With the
thinking
weird-
like a
Expect
jockey
him on
or
the way
something.
out, but it'll help us.
Have what's the rabbit's name again? Sorghum
Buckhorn
Horn.
Buckhorn.
Plantain.
Buckhorn Plantain whistle for his camel like the Lone Ranger in Silver.
Okay. So you kind of obscure him with a sheet. Do you and you kind of tie him up as if he were just stuff,
Sack of potatoes.
stack of potatoes. Do you disguise
are
kit anything to
potatoes.
make it more convincing, or because
Yeah,
this moves every so often?
yeah.
I
I'm
know
gonna
how to tie him
upgrade
up
the
first.
fucking disguise kit. So yeah.
Okay.
We
what
could
do
always just tie him up so he doesn't move.
How do I do this?
Yes. How do you do this?
Maybe if someone made chicken noises so they think they're chickens under there.
No, it's a piece of scrap. I'm bringing in from the yard. I got it. I can talk my way out of anything.
Is he susceptible to
I'm a very respectable man around here since rebuilding their wall and saving the whole town.
What stat is disguise kit, John?
I've got a tower.
Perception, presumably.
Yeah, I would say
No.
deception.
Is it okay?
You're
Or
already
sleight of hand.
proficient, though, right? From your
Oh,
previous.
that's right. Because I've already channeled divinity to fail at perception.
Yeah. Deception. Yeah.
So +3. Oh.
Yeah. What are you trying to? I need to know what you're trying to make him look like.
How about
Make him look like make him look like piles of a scrap robot or automaton or puppet or something, like we can say like I've got this spare bit of
Yeah,
busted
no,
down
like
machinery that I'm gonna
machine parts, and instead I make him look super interesting, I guess.
So you're trying to make Pinocchio look more like or less like a real boy, and somehow you poke at a cord or pull a string or something, and you're kind of twitching, and he does not stop. He's like convulsing a little bit.
Oh,
Worse, he's not singing.
No, but he is just kind of like, okay, like the bag is just hitting the camel over and over again.
Well, this is fun.
Do you move into the trade war?
Is that where the archers are and the people looking for us are?
Near the wall, yes. There are
Okay,
other
so-
ways into the trade ward.
Like maybe take this route. It has like 8 buildings between it.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
Is that,
or
is
if
that
you,
fair
or
enough?
any other street, like
Down this way.
you
maybe?
can go any way you want.
guys,
I
I
don't
don't,
know.
like this. This is not my best work.
He says, as like, you're putting some paint on, but now it's just moving around, and you can't get a good.
I think
good surface.
I think the makeup shorted out is, robot.
Is there like a magic or an artisans guild in the town? If they have Warforged, I figure there might be somebody like that in the town.
There is a kind of enchanters guild, but them being mages, you don't know much about them.
Are they still going to be in Trade Town though?
They would be in the trade town.
Yeah. Let's go there. It's a good stop off point. Where we hide from the fuzz.
Anyone else?
Are they going to be friendly to us in any way?
Were the last
I
guild members?
can't imagine.
I mean, Musket Lawn's all artificy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves Rask.
I got this.
Yeah, I mean, like we just try to find an empty, like an alley where Muscalon can see if he can make this robot less crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just I don't know if we ever got to that point. Is that something he has the ability to do as a 6th level artificer?
There's nothing that Musket Lawn doesn't have the ability to do.
Oh, that's the answer I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna make a hyper loop on this guy's legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
it's gonna be so sweet.
as you enter Trade Town, you see guards kind of encroaching from the center of Trade Town outward. They seem to be going building to building. Dusk is beginning to fall. They're lighting torches. They're opening buildings and like saying, "Excuse us, we're on the king's business. We have to search your home." And they're going like room to room, searching everything.
Oh, seems bad, guys.
I vote skip town.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, do we know what they're looking for?
people who escaped quarantine.
Which I don't look like that right now.
You don't, but the robot you stole does.
I mean, but he's in a bag. Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
I hope they don't search the bag.
Let's just-
Twitching bag.
No.
You're
They're
right.
searching
Let's just
buildings. They're
let's just
searching
bury him and come
closets.
back.
They're not searching bags.
Good thing we didn't leave him in that closet then.
Yeah,
Especially not
They would've found him.
humanoid-shaped bags.
Can I fire him out of a magic cannon?
Couldn't you just turn him into one?
Human cannonball.
I was telling John your last cannon could walk, so I don't see the difference here.
Yeah, all my cannons can walk. It's great.
Just turn him into one of your cannons, he can just walk beside us.
What do you do? The guard, like you kind of are just exiting the Sunset Gate, or like you're on the border of like the Sunset Gate and Trade Town, and the guards are slowly coming towards you from the city center.
Now,
you guys want to go not towards the city center, kind of like edge towards over here?
Don, let's
Yeah.
go talk to these guards. I think they have much to discuss with us and not to the other people who are going the other direction.
now you told me
Absolutely.
last week, John.
Everybody
that,
calls you Dawn. Like that's your name.
you told me last
just
week.
assume I'm correcting you every time.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. You're out of here. I'm like,
Okay, so we're gonna have team sneak out and team distracted guards.
Team Loud Boys.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
Careful with
Over
that
here.
hashtag.
Look at me now. It's fun to have fun, but you have to know how.
John, this might be counterintuitive, but last week you told me whenever I was in the Sunset Gate area, when everybody else was in Trade Town, that it was notable that there was no, no military and no.
Yeah, there are no guards in.
There are no guards and there is no military presence in the Sunset Gate.
Right.
Would that still hold up? Does it seem like a normal intuition from that the guards would not even search the Sunset Gate? Like it's almost off limits?
Well, none of the guards went into the West Gate to kill the thing.
Just Xenophon
That's right.
and crew? And he's not considered military presence, I guess?
It's a different class of military.
Okay. Different branch, got it.
Yeah.
The soldiers are allowed to grow beards.
Super soldiers. Super
He's
stealth
special
soldiers.
ops.
Yeah, whatever y'all want to do is fine. Yeah, you're probably right. We should probably bail for now.
Oh my god! I'll be honest. I didn't think that this ability was ever going to come in, so I just have to link it.
Mm-hmm.
Restore Warforged.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right, yeah, your
So
team
I
sneak,
think we should-
definitely.
Yeah, I think we should try to sneak back towards the Dawn Lodge gate
Okay.
to try to get out of the town before they see it.
And while they do that,
I cannot fucking believe that came up.
I will say with your city secrets, I don't even think you're gonna have to roll. You see, number one, there are no guards behind you because you're coming from the ward where there are no guards and only clerics, and you kind of see them with your perception coming towards you from inner town. So you kind of definitely lead into a series of back alleyways. You kind of
Like
hit this perimeter.
Parkour.
Well, not in heavy armor, but
I have a medium armor thing.
oh, okay. And then
I
you
weak
come
as
to
shit.
the Dawn Lodge, and it seems that a courier runs up. Right as you arrive, there is a messenger, a young lad who's running to the guard, who's like manning the gate, and the guard is checking a wagon of someone who is leaving, and the courier boy is like, "I have a message. Oh, I have a message from from Xenophon in the City Watch." And the guard manning the gate is like, "Yes, in a moment." And he's kind of like, "No, it's urgent." He's like, "In a moment." And this kid is like 16 and can't overpower the stubborn will of this guard. This is the scene you come upon
So the kid's coming in from out of the town or from inside?
from inside the town. Yeah.
And he wants to leave.
No,
I'm sorry.
he wants to tell the guard manning the gate something, but the guard manning the gate is busy with an inspection and is not having anything with the 16-year-old kid.
Oh, hey kid.
You could suggest that the kid go somewhere else.
You know what? I know the guards. Do you want me to deliver your news for you? What's the news?
Is this more deception from
Oh shit! I should stop trying to do this.
Blaine will step in.
to
He's
me.
pretty good with deception.
I guess
Someone-
it is.
Someone can help.
Yeah, Blaine would love
Also,
to help
if
with
you're
this.
within 10
Vask
feet
will
of me-
help with lies.
Does somebody have charisma? Because Helen
Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't.
I have a plus
+3 charisma.
deception.
I mean, I have a +3 to deception because I'm
I have a
Also,
+4,
wait,
yeah.
hold on. There's
with the
one of those
strangest,
auras that helps actually.
the strangest channel divinity in the game, maybe.
I think it's this. Is that just saving throws?
Oh, yeah, saving throws.
Sorry.
It's a good one though.
Well, maybe I can save against them fucking me up. Actually,
Cast a
Illa,
spell. Can you just cast suggestion on him?
Yeah, I can actually. We'll see if this seems to work.
So you have help.
It's a 15 to be
About
fair.
15. Yeah, you have help. So roll again. We'll do it at advantage.
Okay. I don't know that this is going to be great. Oh, 20.
20. Yeah. Okay. So the guy is like literally going through like every single bag, and the kid is like, "Oh, you okay? It's super urgent."
Neil's got his first spam bot.
Oh, it's
the-
not my first spam bot.
City Watch is inspecting for people breaking quarantine. We have to seal the city and close the gate. Just make sure the word gets out.
I'll let him know. You hurry on to the next gate, son.
Of course, and he runs off to the bone gate, or to this next gate towards the bone gate. He runs off to this gate here at the Dawn Lodge.
So we're on the other side of the trade town, right? We're in Dawn Lodge.
No, there's a
We're about
guard
to be.
very slowly inspecting a cart in front of you. This is like, and do you wait for him to finish?
Oh, my lord.
Gosh.
Can we just
Yeah.
walk past him?
Yeah. Deception, bluff it out. Like just pretend like
I'm
we're.
good at perception, we've established.
This would be a
I'm
separate
going to
check.
Blackwall. I'm going to Blackwall like I live there.
He's gonna say, "Stop! Hold on! I'm almost done. Just stay there, lad."
It's okay. It's okay. I live over there. It's fine.
Deception.
Hold on. Okay, well, you go ahead.
I just came from there.
Oh yeah, he'll turn to you and say, "Do you have anything to declare?"
No, I mean, me and my friends just came in. We were just grabbing some stuff from the trade guild, and we're heading right back out to Blackwall.
It's like, okay,
Sorry to bother you.
Okay, you're
Are
good.
you a therapist and a guard?
I
I
have.
think he has some things about his sexuality and other matters to declare, but that's maybe not the appropriate time.
He's gonna give you
It's okay,
a wry
he was-
look. He's like, "I do have to inspect that camel, but your friends can go."
It's a very fine camel, I agree.
And he's gonna keep going through the.
Are you in the market for a camel?
Does this?
Yeah, Blaine's gonna go over to be like, "Oh, you mean this camel?" And he's gonna slap it on the rear to see if it'll like gallop through the gate
You're going to assault a camel.
Okay.
on the behind.
Kidnapping veterans, sexually assaulting camels.
I'll
Spit in
I'll
the
give
face.
Buckhorn the wink so that he
Oh.
knows.
He knows what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe he can
Helen,
figure out what that
is there
means.
something you wanted to do as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Suggest on him.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't everyone we
I
cast suggestion on remember we did it and like get annoyed afterwards?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be
They-
gone by then.
at least the camel will be.
Okay. He has to make a wisdom saving throw. Here we
Yeah.
go. Flat. Oh. Well. What goes
There
around, turnabout is
comes
fair play, I
around.
It does not succeed.
These are
And my
not the camel
suggestion
you're looking
is,
for.
literally, these are not the droids you're looking for. We
Literally.
literally have a droid if we don't want him to see.
So he's gonna look up and be like, "What camel? Just go, just go! I have so many carts to inspect." And he's just gonna. Importantly, do you give him the message?
No, I just say,
No.
we're in a hurry. Just let us go, son.
Okay. All right. And he lets you through, no problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
and nothing in the spell says that he notices.
I think it's the act that he notices that you cast a spell
Um.
because it's
So in
a
the
verbal spell.
I was literally just reading this in the one of the core books. Basically, like if somebody else asked him, like, "Why'd you let them go?" He'd be like, "Ah, fuck, I think I was enchanted." But generally, with this kind of spell, they don't notice until
I think it's
somebody brings it up.
charm that they know.
Yeah, charm
got
is
charmed.
specific, they know. But with this kind of spell, they'll know in retrospect if somebody highlights it.
Yes, but I mean, if you were in line of sight and he saw you casting a spell and it didn't work,
Yeah, he was busy.
he would see that you cast
Oh, wait,
a spell.
if it didn't work, for sure.
Yeah,
If
that's
it
what.
didn't work, yeah.
Now, if you were like hidden away and you cast it, then totes.
Yeah.
All right, so you are officially out of the city. As you walk out, there are a few shops, a few buildings to try and entice and supply the comers and goers, but who didn't want to pay the property taxes from inside the walls
So
of
this is
Alpha.
the duty free, basically.
This is duty free.
All
We
right.
can break.
The impulse buy
Yeah,
section.
Yeah. Ready break.
Potty break.
Party break shall commence.
Or what we're doing?
We just made it to the
Outside of.
impulse buy section of the town.
Yeah, just waiting for. Oh, I think Neil counted us in. I think we're live. So, all right, you all successfully cast a
Welcome.
spell upon the guard, who waved you through. He's still checking that one cart very thoroughly, and you find yourself exiting Alto. Remember, the exits to these cities are like switchbacks down the side of a mesa until you get to the bottom, which has some arid agriculture and some shops kind of at the foot of the mesa. So you all make this journey.
We still have RoboCop.
Yes, we do.
And if y'all want to be at the world map,
Can we call him Murphy?
I mean,
Look, he's not going to stop saying dumb shit, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
we could always just
Yeah.
take him to the Tipsy Turtle.
He's a great
Yeah, that's
character.
probably the best place. Just
It's out of the
Go
way.
all
no
the way
one's gonna
back
go
go
there.
to something.
How far
I mean, we're
away?
kind of heading most of the way
It's
back
at
there
least-
anyway, right?
It's like at least a day.
For the
traveling,
hell
isn't it?
spawn,
True.
essentially.
I guess it's world map time, John.
world map time.
We can't leave town yet. I'm just starting to build brand recognition.
Well, you got to leave him wanting more.
Yeah.
Must go
Did
on.
you, did you leave him with a business card?
I put my face on the side of the wall 20 feet tall.
That does seem more effectual than handing
Did he really?
a vampire a business
You
card.
didn't see my flavor text where I described how I like tinkered on the wall till it glows with bright light, has
Here's a-
advertisements for me everywhere, and anytime somebody touches it in a bad spot, it yells, "Back off, you wanker!"
No, I didn't. Is
Yeah.
that one of your
The wall-
infusions?
Yeah, that's like my most basic tinkering thing is these abilities. So
Okay.
If you're
So-
based on
it's now a magic screaming musket wall.
do other people invent everything for you and you just smoke pot and say dumb shit on Twitter?
Mm.
Is your
retirement
character's
plan.
named Musketlon Cinderbeard
This-
Musketlon?
Full-time work?
It's called being a visionary, laddie. You don't understand.
So how far to the dig site compared to the Tipsy Turtle? Can we ditch this kidnapped robot at a condemned
From
bar?
here to here.
Yeah, so it's a full day's journey over to the Tipsy Turtle. Is it's like a 6-hour journey.
Right.
So
Incidentally, who's got one of those trinkets?
What?
Hmm?
Trinkets?
Who's got one of the trinkets?
His toys?
Or trinkets.
You got to be more specific about
The wee Tinker Toys toys.
Oh,
okay.
I've got one, and Blake's got one.
Let me see one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hand them over.
John, I examined it. Is it just a simple looking doll, or does it actually look like there's something going on here?
it's let's see, if the one that Don Sorgo gave you was the marionette, yeah, it's a broken marionette.
I can give you mine. It actually winds up.
Yeah, and Blake will give you a wind up like
Toy
marching
soldier.
soldier that marches in a circle.
In a circle. Yeah, like one of the legs is broken.
Okay, but it appears entirely mundane. No runes, artifacts, anything that
Seems
Okay.
like a
He's
broken
just he's just a crazy man, not one of those special crazy mans that'll take you to the tent and give you the fun stuff.
I mean, not yet.
So
I mean,
yeah,
but if
our
If you fix this one little
disabled
toy soldier.
our disabled kidnapped war vet is now also a victim of robot trafficking at this point.
We haven't crossed state lines yet. We're in one city.
Yeah.
And he's above age. That helps.
He's ancient.
We're basically taking him to his local like lodge, his veteran affairs hall. Like that's what the Tipsy Turtle like on weekends for all the Warforged to come to.
So what's the plan?
I guess we drop him at this turtle.
Yeah, because I mean that's most of the way. Or
Yeah,
almost there.
you're gonna have to. You'll basically spend a day going to the Tipsy Turtle, and then like a few hours going back to the dig site.
Yeah, we should probably do long rests so we get all our stuff back.
Yarp.
And then-
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can go to the Tipsy Turtle, rest, and then head to the.
Yeah.
Okay, well you busted out of there again. I said it was dusk when they were So do you want to break out over the desert at
At
night,
night?
or would you like to camp? Um,
I think we would know if that's a bad idea, right?
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on where you're at. If we camp near the city, the likelihood that they'll
2
catch
weeks
up with
ago,
us is
I don't
true.
think you would have thought twice about setting out for Alto under the stars over the dunes. A lot's happened since then.
Is it a full
Right,
moon?
because of the Zerglings and the flesh.
But the
And
Zerglings were out during
I'm
the
flipping
day.
tired, and I'm not taking chances. So yeah, I vote we make camp before we go.
Okay,
Out-
camp.
On the city outskirts or where?
Yeah, because I got not much left in the tank.
That seems like it wouldn't be a totally strange thing for people to do, right, John?
Yeah, no, I think that there are travelers here and there who don't want to pay exorbitant prices at taverns, and so they choose to camp somewhere along the road. Outskirts is hard for Alto because there's like a hard boundary for where the city starts and ends.
Are there any?
The foot of the
Yeah.
like along the road at the foot of the city, but not but still in.
Are there any inns in that, like, at the foot of the mesa down there?
No, the inns would be a little bit further out because I think that the inns in the city don't want to compete with the inns on the outskirts. I'm gonna have you guys plan because I have a small one that needs to be put back to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Just
Don't
go
talk
to
about Karen like that.
Also, they're technically, if they're not in the city, they're out.
they're out. Yeah, I heard that too.
The desert at night
Yeah, I think
is good for
we'll-
travel, but dangerous as well.
I think it's safer to stay in an inn than it is to just pitch a tent beside the road. In a desert
yeah, we
area.
stayed in an inn nearby.
Frask will probably sleep in the
Oh, that's a good
sand
idea.
somewhere.
And Neely, do you know that you're muted and have been
Am I?
since break?
I'm muted?
Yeah,
Odd.
unless he's just talking to a stream right now.
I mean, he's not
That's
talking to
supposed
us.
Wait, fix that.
All right, let me go click on his stream so I can troll him a little
Channel has special permissions.
Sorry,
He's actually
I have
big
been
bad.
muted
No, that
inside
was
of
surprisingly
Discord.
fast.
it just needed a pacifier.
Karate
Hey.
chopped. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you, Neil. We just can't
We
hear
can't
you.
hear you.
Yeah, so someone muted me in
We
Discord.
can see you keep trying to talk to us,
Mhm.
or successfully talking to your stream. I don't know.
John?
I'll find out after this
We're
Taco Bell.
hissing.
Maybe I can hear you eating.
Yeah, so the nearest inn outside of Alto, I don't know if oh, I did because he had. I'm sorry, Neil. I did that. That's my fault.
Oh, yeah, you muted him.
I did because he had left his thing on. Yeah. Anyhow, you should be good, Neil.
I hope you
Yeah.
haven't been collaborating too hard.
I said like one thing that everyone ignored, maybe.
I'm so sorry, man. Okay. But what I would say is that the nearest inn you would either be able to divine or discover is in Iltosh, not in Alto.
Okay, so Iltosh, I didn't know if that was something that you just said offhand, and we're talking about the dragon turtle. You said there were missing citizens in Iltosh, correct?
That's what the crier said.
Okay.
Iltosh is towards the Torah?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I don't see it on the map, so.
Iltosh is, I'm going to call it a suburb of Alto. It is not that far away, and it doesn't matter
Okay.
what direction it's in.
It's
okay.
north.
So let's go to the
Northwest.
inn and ask them about the missing people of Iltosh.
Yeah, we can kill two birds with one. Lazy stone.
All right. So you head in the direction of Iltosh. You follow the road. It's a short walk, less than an hour, and you come to a sleepy little town in the night, Iltosh.
And we have completed our rests, or
No,
Nope.
no,
Nope, you're not.
we're gonna stay at the inn here. This is the sleepy slortle.
Nice.
The
No, it's
what?
not This is Iltosh, the
Sorry.
indeterminately geographical place of
It's
here.
around Alto, yeah.
We've landed in Iltosh.
north-southeast of Springfield. It's right
How about I
around
find a car 98?
Gonna do a spicy drop.
Yeah.
there. You're good at the
So
end.
there's a giant, and
So the inn is here. Yep.
MC Hammer. Okay, I think we wanted to go to the inn because it's night-ish, right?
Can't reduce my scale.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah. Does there seem to be any like guards patrolling the area or any people out? I don't know what
Those
time
things
it is.
stand out
but
as we're.
It's
dusk.
pretty sleepy. There are some guards, but if you don't make any ruckus, they take no notice of you. Even if you just like,
off.
yeah, it's just the town watch. Like there's maybe 4 or 5 of them scattered about, but they're posted.
I'm gonna kind of deviate from the group a little bit just to kind of
No.
ask
no.
one of these.
No.
Just to
Absolutely
ask
not.
one of these guards
No.
about the missing people. We heard a town crier, and
Oh
also,
yeah, I was gonna do that at the end, but you can ask the guards.
I mean, before we stay in this town.
Yeah.
So you approach.
Do I have y'all's permission?
Yeah.
Okay, so Helen and Blake or Blaine, who's approaching?
Blaine. Blaine's a lot more
Please.
Okay, so Blaine and Helen approach the guard, and the guard kind of nods and says, "Hail, travelers."
Hail,
sir.
stationary man.
We were just passing through, thinking about staying at the local inn here. We had heard in Alto.
That way.
Yeah, the folks in Alto. There was a crier there saying that people are going missing here. Is that
Is
true?
it safe to stay here?
He kind of breathes out a heavy sigh, and he says, "Oh yeah, some of the locals have gone missing. It's caused quite a stir. Been a few town meetings about it, but nobody's. They just go out. Some for work, some for trade, some just out on a walk and don't return."
So they went missing when they left the town, or
Yeah,
when they were
left
still in the town?
No, when they left the town.
When they left the town.
Well, that's what the townsfolk testified to at the town meetings.
So really, the safest place is inside the town.
Sounds like it.
Guard says, "I couldn't say."
Must be due to you guys. I slap him on the back.
He is like, thanks. This is why Helen Graves has a charisma of 6.
Yeah, can I do an insight check to see if he's hiding something?
If the guard is hiding something?
Yeah,
Sure.
if he's being truthful about this.
Go ahead, yep.
It's a good idea or not, but 11.
You don't think he's hiding anything.
Alright. So it seems like the danger is potentially outside of the town, not necessarily in, so. Alright, well, I'm Blaine. This is Helen. Pleasure to meet you, Senor Guard. What's your name?
Is that a family name?
He mutters something incomprehensible.
Oh.
DM.
Well,
It's a pleasure to meet you, something incomprehensible. Comprehensible. sorry, guard incomprehensible.
Yeah, you're not gonna use this.
That's a very long word for a name, but you know what? It's probably a family name. Have a good night.
Yeah, he says the studded oasis is right there. And he'll point at a building like halfway down the street.
It's hyphenated. It's his mom was named Incomp, and his dad's name is
Prehensile.
What
was the name of the tavern?
The Oasis of Studs.
The
Studded Oasis. Okay.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
The Thunder Down Under.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay.
I don't believe I have an insight of these taverns for you guys.
That's fine.
Great. That means we're not gonna get attacked.
The theater of our mind.
Where are you going?
John is like, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
That laugh was like the
You were in the middle of a city, and I was like, no battle map, no problem.
I'm gonna call out, hey, Frask, the ale's this way.
Frask stops as he starts to walk away. Frask is hungry. Frask
And I
looks
got-
for food.
got
He
stew
smells
in
the
chair.
air.
Well, I mean, there's
give me
a
a
little.
survival check, Frask.
Is this a market over here?
We got some perfectly good Cooney right here. And point to Sorghum.
That's a general good store over there.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna call him a different weird grain every time.
Yeah.
Your wee little friend quinoa there.
Frask, you smell. You obviously smell the cooking from an inn. You also smell some like goats and sheep and stuff.
I'm attracted to the goats. Yeah.
Brass.
Yeah, you're on the outskirts of town. It's not too hard to find a pen of goats.
It's also not too hard to be
Those look
blamed
good.
for a bunch of missing townsfolk for eating people's
Give
goats.
him one of the shiny rocks before you eat it.
Is that for sun?
Chupacabra?
Yeah, so I was
All right.
thinking.
Frask goes over to one of the places that has a pen of goats, and he leaves a valuable gemstone on their front door. And then he goes over and grabs a goat. He breaks it. He bites it in the neck and snaps it,
Oh my god.
and then he rips off a limb. How much was the value of that gem?
That was definitely your 1,000 gold piece. Jim.
I don't know, but they start at like 10 gold. So
Okay, so I have.
you just paid
900.
10 gold for a goat. Also,
Gold goes to like half a
That
gold.
checks out.
roll me a
This is supposed to
stealth.
be good.
Roll me a stealth check.
Is it not animal handling?
Murder.
Or
Rolling
animal.
a
I will
stealth
give you animal handling if you want that.
Give me tater salad.
I think animal handling is what we need to roll when we try to convince Frask not to eat a fucking goat.
Interestingly, I am proficient in stealth and not animal handling. Yet
Well,
my
it is-
animal handling is much better.
What is the stat for animal handling?
Stealth is dex, right?
Wisdom.
So you somehow you lure the goat to like the edge of the pen, and then as you're like petting it, you just kind of like thrash about with it. Doesn't make a sound, right? You just T-Rex that thing out of there, and it's like as you walk back like across the street, it's still in your jaws, and you just kind of like drop it, and do you just eat it there in the street, or do you like find an alleyway?
I mean, I think
There
I just want,
are no alleyways. This is a
You
video.
could take
I
it
just
back
want
to
a
the
limb.
inn, right?
I mean, I could take the whole goat. I guess I might want some more in the morning. So yeah, I'll
Don't
take the whole
waste
goat.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna take an entire goat?
I
We'll
mean,
just bring it into the inn. He paid for it. We
yeah,
can even
what's-
have him cook it up or
What's
something.
the outskirts of this town like? Is it easy for me to make a camp, or is this like too foreign of a land
Hey,
for Frask to naturally make his own little like
I'll
Are
let
you-
Frask
shelter?
know he can put pieces of the goat in my bag of holding.
Never gonna get that smell out.
Mhm.
You've now made a
We'll
cursed
just-
bag
we'll
of
just-
holding.
we'll
You-
just- yeah.
This is
Turn
how
it-
you
well,
get
everything-
This is
everything
how
has
you
a
get
little bit of goat
lightly
blood on it.
cursed bag of holding.
If Blaine has the goat in the bag, then Frask will stay at the inn because that's where the goat is.
I'm sorry. Do you put a goat in a bag of holding?
I mean, multiple legs of the goat and then the rest of it.
All right,
Yeah.
Is that okay?
fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
Your
the bag of
bag.
holding to Frask and tell him to go to the inn.
Wait, how many pounds is the goat?
Quite a bit. I mean, it's probably less than 160.
Probably like a healthy goat. He
Yes.
would pick the best goat.
Let me look
Um,
it up.
and
This is gonna be
and-
the best MacGuffin ever.
and-
Like at some point, you're just gonna pull a rotted
Are we
goat
gonna have to
head
go to
out
a-
of the bag of holding and throw it.
It's
Are we
like
gonna go-
it's like an 80-pound goat.
Okay.
That's a big
That's
fucking.
No,
I
it's
forget
not.
what's
No,
the
goats are huge.
I just went to the pumpkin farm, John. I know the size of a goat.
I was just joking about the 800-pound limit on the bag of holding.
I
Are we
mean,
gonna have to go fight a goat
500
god and a goat temple on
Yeah.
a goat island?
You will now.
no, but on this strange
Sounds better
note,
than a barrel
once
of
I'm gonna
steaks.
give the bag of holding to Frask so he can take it with him to the end, and then I'm gonna look around and grab that gem that he left on the on the
Like,
He
doorstep.
noticed that I will
Frask,
stop
Frask
him.
probably doesn't know.
When you look in that bag of holding later, it's gonna be when I check my kid's pocket and I get like a mask covered in snot and a rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
All
You want
right,
to
I'm gonna roll
check?
perception too to see if I notice that, because I will stop him.
Blaine, you're gonna have to roll a counter stealth.
Okay.
You just hear like some slap fighting and grunting outside the door.
That was
Frask
less than good.
absolutely sees it.
Okay.
But Frask
Don-
won't stop him.
Don Sorgo does not, but Frask does.
Okay,
Frask
I'm
is
gonna pick it. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna replace it with the appropriate evaluation for the goat in silvers and gold.
Okay.
Frask is cool with that.
I don't know what the value of a goat is, but in like real USA dollars, I'd say like an adult goat is probably worth between
Goat in
Like-
D&D
like a
5e.
gold.
A gold. Yeah. Okay. I'll
We
leave a
actually have a
gold.
table for this.
I feel like there is a table. For it.
Okay,
It was a male
cow.
goat. I didn't take the female
A
goats.
cow's like
That's
50
very
silver or something.
No, a cow is
No.
10 gold.
one
Yeah.
one goat, one gold piece. Nailed it, guys.
One gold piece. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
I'm gonna
Nailed
A
it.
pound of ginger or one goat.
I'm gonna take the.
What is
the
that
10
game show where you're like you get the
Price is
over under?
Right.
The Price is Right. I fucking
Yeah.
nailed it.
So I'm gonna take the 10 GP
Showcases.
minimum diamond and leave. We'll say 2 gold pieces.
Okay, you leave 2 gold. You take a 10
Yeah.
a 10 gold piece.
Double the value.
like
Joke's
you know
on you, that was a pet.
citric zirconium. Yeah.
Joke's on them. They're gonna be crying tomorrow.
Frask is like, pay the man, Blade. Use some of your metal.
All right, yeah. So I'll leave 2 gold pieces there.
Okay.
I don't know if I should like. I feel like somebody else is just gonna walk by and just take the gold. Like as soon as we leave.
Look, somebody can take
On our
gold or goats. It's not your problem anymore.
Okay. All right, let's go back.
Okay,
I
so
guess I'm just sitting in the plate, one of those establishments
you-
that sells
and-
food, and I'm eating my stew and watching all this happen and being like, what are these fucking guys doing?
you entered this inn.
Likewise.
So those of you that enter, I gotta pull up my description here. You enter the studded oasis. It's a mostly timber cabin. It's mostly like just the large open floor plan with lots of tables. But the thing you notice immediately is that the beams that run across the ceiling that kind of frame this like large arch ceiling, littered with monkeys, lots of them, little
Alive
ailments
monkeys?
of monkeys, live monkeys,
Ugh.
yeah, just like hundreds of them.
Ugh.
And like
Uh.
occasionally one will like run down a pillar and steal someone's like
Nope.
a piece of their appetizer, and they're gonna run back up, and then they share it with their monkey friends. It's the raptors
Frask is
are
eating
crawling.
monkey tonight.
Do you have cocktail umbrellas?
Do what?
Does the bartender have cocktail umbrellas?
No.
Monkey shits. I start crafting with my kits, my tinkering tools, little cocktail umbrellas to protect my beer from having monkeys shit in it.
The right tool for the job, man.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a
Hey,
fire?
Anybody else need one?
What's with
But-
the
And I also make an umbrella hat.
The
Yeah,
the bartender will say, well, it started with like one family of them, and it caused a little bit of an attraction and made this place some kind of famous, and well, here we are.
How many total square feet is this bar?
He says as he kind of shoos away a monkey, and he says, I don't know.
And
Are
how?
those the studs in the studded oasis?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
hey.
confusing.
What's the roof made of?
It's shingles.
Bananas.
So they could be easily replaced if, say, a cannon were to burn all the monkeys.
Please, no violence. Would you like a drink, lad?
Make it 3, and yeah.
Trask turns to Blaine and says, Velko, Trask would have refreshments this evening. You
Yeah.
have gold.
Oh, you got diamonds, man. You got this covered.
Your friend
You have his chain.
Frask stares at Blaine as if he knows something.
I mean, do you want to make an intelligence check?
Deposit in the bank of Blaine.
Do you want to make an intelligence check to see if you know the gold value ratio?
All I
to
know, no,
diamonds?
Frask doesn't. I guarantee that. However, he does know that you exchanged gold for a gem, so he knows that you have gained value off of him.
Oh no,
He
I
doesn't
just
know
doubled
how
the value
much.
of the goat. Is what I did.
What?
The goat's only
I
worth
thought you
one
just
gold
profited
piece.
by
I
taking.
gave them 2.
He did profit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure Frask
Yeah,
understands
but you profited by 8 gold.
I feel
And
like
Frask
he
doesn't know
understands.
that, but he knows you
feel like-
profited.
Yeah,
He
I
understands
feel like he
chain.
knows you wouldn't have done anything unless you profited.
Yeah, he knows you. He's known you for a long
Yeah,
time.
okay.
He knows you're a trader. So while
of all
Frask
the
doesn't
traders,
understand
Frask knows
coins
the
and
most
value
value.
of coins, he knows you do, and he knows that you saw that his gem was worth more than the goat, and so he
Oh.
knows you have coins to pay.
Honestly,
drink.
he was just trying to take the gold because I mean the diamond because he was like somebody's gonna grab this and it just seems like a waste.
Mhm.
It leaves diamonds and gold pieces on people's doorsteps.
Blaine, roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Your feelings are always less relevant than those
Oh
of the angry
man,
little
a
man.
14 is good enough. There is a monkey rifling through your bag.
Bag? Frask has my bag.
Your pack.
Probably on account of all
It's
the raw
true.
meat in your bag.
This is true.
No,
it is on
Frask-
Frask's person.
Yeah,
Uh,
Frask has that bag.
Well, then there's a monkey rifling through it. Frask, perception check.
What?
Whoever has Blaine's stuff needs to make a perception
No,
check.
he has my bag of holding that has the goat in it.
Where are your like Riot roots? Your Waka nuts?
Oh,
your
those
Cinderberries?
are probably gonna be in the bag too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what the monkey's rifling through, and a 12's not good enough. So
So Frask is staring you
But I would
down,
see it.
waiting for you to buy him a drink, and the monkey is
Okay,
stealing your
Blaine-
shit.
I do see. Then I would see them.
yeah,
back
there's
into the
a
bag.
monkey kind of is just like very gingerly like on the back of like the stool that Frask is on, and like
Okay.
opens up the bag
Okay.
of holding and is like
Just
going
shove it
through
in. Shove it in. We'll get it later.
I'm gonna grab the bag from Frask. I'm gonna pull out 3 of the Ryath roots and I'm gonna give it to the monkey.
What does a Riot root do?
If you take 1, it heals a D4. If you take 2, it heals 2D8. And if you take 3,
Poisons you.
it's the one that was very open. It creates a sickness for 24 hours that
Huh.
causes no damage.
Okay, well if you give the monkey some food, it kind of goes, it kind of like screeches at you, but then you hand it something, and it looks at
I
you.
mean, it's like it's good. It's
and
good.
it
and
scurries
then-
off,
And then it's just like, okay, it's just like,
and it subdivides the food that it takes, and it gives
oh well,
it
that's
to like
sweet then.
a
So that
big
heals
leg.
that heals a bunch of monkeys a little bit.
So subtract 3 Riot roots
That's fine. Yeah.
from your, yeah.
Boop.
Nice, the
Okay.
nice little mini game I had here. For this
Is there like a spigot for the fire, or perhaps you just like to eat your stuff raw?
Raw.
Raw. Okay. Well then.
So
let-
you don't ask if they like cook it or anything. You just, this is like big, this big open tavern like in the middle is a like there's food being cooked over a large coal pit.
That's
The
what I was
rest of
wondering.
us are eating the stew or whatever they're serving at the inn, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
Frask is like, let me reach into my bag and grab a goat leg,
A hunk
still-
of lamb.
still dripping.
Yeah, and you wonder why people don't like lizard folk around here.
Well, now
What
that
about
we're,
lizard folk on lizard folk violence?
that's fine.
Very 1990s thing to say.
Let's eat, go to bed, and then go kill things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the remainder of the meat to Frask to hold on to of the goat.
Frask hides it under a bed.
Okay, so
Yes.
do you?
Appropriate.
Is there anything you ask of like any of the patrons? There are people drinking
Yes.
here, or the bartender, or
Absolutely. What's the bartender's name?
Diggory.
Diggory. Hi, Diggory.
Did you have that
Somebody on the
planned?
side.
Or is
I
that the
did have
fact
that planned. Nope, it's right here.
How-
Written
how
down.
do you
Drink
Diggory? Howdy, Diggory.
Hello, lad. Sorry about the
Uh,
monkeys.
It's all right. It's all in good fun.
I have to put everything away and lock all the cabinets at the end of the night. It's a real pain in the arse.
Oh,
I
Buckhorn is
understand.
under strict orders to guard that manuscript with his life against third parties.
Yeah.
Of your travails.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him about the missing people. Town criers in Alto said that
Oh.
some people had gone missing. Have you heard about
Sad.
this?
A sad tale, of course. Oh, the people here, they come here to drown their sorrows away. Yeah, so a young lass lost her father, a prospector. A son lost his father, an explorer. Both headed north into the dunes. And it seems to have been several disappearances. People leave and just they set off, never return. I think it'd be
And-
wiser to stay here.
Sure. This young lass, did she? Which direction did her father go to? Or the son, his father, or the explorer? Which dunes was he investigating?
When they came in and told their tale, which I overheard, they traveled north into
North.
the dunes, away from the
So the northern dunes. All right.
Yeah.
Stay away from those. Those are the
well,
bad news bears. Or
Northwest.
so the new phrase I'm making.
northeast. Sorry, on the map, northeast.
Yes. And none of these people. There's no sign, no bodies, no sign of what happened to them.
Just never came back.
Of course. Well, no one sent any parties out to look for them.
Oh, there have been some amateur attempts, but the money couldn't be raised for a more professional expedition.
But your the efforts that your towns have made, there haven't been any.
We sent some guardsmen out, but they can only travel so far.
They didn't
they're
find
not-
anything.
No.
How
but
far
they're-
out did they travel from here?
A day's journey before they
Day's
headed
journey.
back.
Did any of these other people? Do you think they traveled out that far as well?
They couldn't know their business for sure, lad.
Oh. Are any of those people happen to be here tonight, or are they just locals living elsewhere?
He says, "No, I haven't seen that lass for some time. And the young lad, they were passing through, so I don't know if he's here anymore."
Did the explorer have any friends?
They were travelers, lad. I'm sure he did,
Okay.
but probably not here.
Well, I appreciate your time and such. And
Of course, if you do find any information, there is a reward.
is
uh,
there?
Yeah, well, yes. It's 10 gold. That's all we could really muster for these for the young lass of this town. If you would like to, you seem to be a company of means. If you would like to take this on, it's of course yours. But if not, if it's not worth your time, a charity contribution would be appreciated.
Sure. If nothing else, do you have a couple of rooms for us boys this evening?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I don't know what your normal
Barracks
charges
is over
are.
there. Says, oh, it's
What's the normal charge for I don't know, like 2 or 3 rooms?
rooms is a bit strong.
Uh,
The barracks is yonder.
to be clear, any monkey in the barracks?
No, there are no monkeys in the barracks.
No, it's a no monkey zone. Okay.
That would be ridiculous.
God.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no one would stay here if there were monkeys in the barracks.
Yeah, totally true. What's the going rate for 5 of us?
It's 5 silver a bed.
5 silver. How about this? I happened upon this wonderful old diamond here. How about you put that towards your bounty? Hopefully, you can pull in some more folks who can maybe do a better job at
So
sussing out the
you
problem.
give him like the dirty 10 gold diamond that Frask had put down that you exchanged for gold.
Yeah, so that he can, net the, I don't know, was that like 9.8 5 gold pieces, and hopefully add probably 9 of it to the bounty or to the reward.
Yeah,
for,
so it would be 2.5 gold for. Wait, there's 5 of you. Yeah, it's 2.5 gold for all of you. So he put the rest of the rest of it.
Yeah, and then he can have like the extra 5 silver or whatever for himself.
Yeah, so he says, "Oh, that's
A good
very
tip.
kind. It's very kind of you, lad." And he takes it and he puts it in a jar that's labeled for this purpose, and it's like a
Aw.
silver piece and this diamond.
John, you said 2.5 gold. Are you converting so that it's 2 silver per gold, or is it 10 silver per gold?
It's 10 silver per gold.
Okay, but if it's 5 silver,
It's
are we
5
staying here
silver
for
apiece.
5 nights? Is that why we're paying 2.5?
There's
Yeah,
5
I
of
thought
you.
your math was off. Yeah.
Is my math off? There's
Yeah.
5 of you. It's 5 silver a night. It's 25 silver.
No, that's
2.5
right then.
gold.
Yeah.
Okay. You
That's
said
correct.
2.5 gold each, and that's why I got confused.
No, 2.5 gold total
Gotcha.
for the night. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, then yeah. So yeah.
He says, "Well, rest up. And you know, the breakfast around here is usually just the boiled over from last night, but it is free. So
Continental.
and he says, and if there's nothing else, I have some other customers to attend to." And he goes and he's going to start serving some of the other customers.
So this girl disappeared north, and that's
Yep.
basically what we know.
Northeast.
Northeast.
So assuming there's nothing else to do, we go to bed, get up, go kill things.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, I'm gonna cast augury before we go to bed.
Got it.
I'm gonna,
Yep.
I'm gonna use my
What
hit
will
die.
happen if we go after this missing girl?
Both
Both Boone and Bane.
Boone and Bane.
I don't know what it's actually called, but
Wheel and Woe.
Woe. Okay.
Yep.
Outlook. Confusing. Okay,
Okay.
so we sleep. In the
You
morning,
sleep.
I tell everybody. The cards say that if we go after this missing girl, it's a mix bag. You know, little pluses and minuses.
So we'll go back to the overworld.
I know
What do
you
you
said
guys-
it didn't have any general direction, but
Yeah,
I'm
think
assuming it's probably
I'm-
like over here. Or
yeah, I'm gonna
here.
go ahead and say it was more eastish.
Okay.
I mean, it was over here. I'm gonna
Um,
go ahead and like
And
retcon it.
correct me if I'm
Yeah, I
wrong.
mean, if you guys want a detour to, save the civilians, I'm totally.
The
cool with that.
hellspawn that they were looking at was
Well,
around here
you
as
know-
well, right?
To me, some people's lives are more important than saving our favorite hang.
The Hellespont is directly in between you and it's basically
here.
like because they're digging the canal from essentially the river
right here?
Ching to the Tipsy
Okay.
Turtle. It is a straight shot from you to the
I mean,
Hellespont.
through the mountains, but okay.
No, it's around.
I mean,
It's-
yeah,
they-
they could have easily done it in line.
Valleys.
They drew the line that does not go through the mountains. It's
They could have gone like right there and it would have been fine. Instead, they were like right through the mountains. Fuck that turtle.
well, you know
I'm just
what?
kidding. That's kind of what they did, but still.
What?
Oh no! Wait,
Hot
is the
damn.
tipsy turtle the hellspawn? Does it just move like that? One day it's here, one day it's somewhere else. That's the secret subplot.
That's why it's
All
called
right.
the Tipsy Turtle.
It's like you
Okay.
don't even know what tectonic plates are. So, well, guys, I tend to want to save people. Like, to me, it's worth
Yeah,
checking
think
in on
so,
this.
yeah. To look into the northern dunes of the town.
Yes, I,
tomorrow morning.
Don Sorgo, swear to save this girl.
Oh,
Don. Go ahead.
It's oh man, it's in the books.
It's on now.
well, then we can't let Buckhorn hear that and not do it.
That's right.
We don't necessarily have to do it in that order, but
Oh yeah.
I get done.
Hey.
And
Look,
if
I
we
mean,
can't save her, we'll build a nice little rock by a tree or something.
Baldwin's already said he's going to hold off while we investigate the Hellespont. So
Yeah.
well, he doesn't know what the fuck we're doing.
He knows
All
we're
right.
investigating.
Well, and with that commitment, we'll take a break.
Okay.
Good idea. Everybody heal up, I guess.
All right, welcome back. I think before we left, Don Sorgo had pledged his sword to these missing citizens of Giltosh.
And my axe.
All
I don't have an axe.
right.
And my goat.
Hold you.
my
Oh, that's a
cannon.
goat leg, yeah.
All right. What do you do?
Oh, it's.
Fast
Uh,
tracking skills.
Do we have?
I do.
Not explicitly. Is there a tracking skill?
I have
Survival
two
skill.
things. I have a high survival check, and secondly, I have a thing for my background which makes it so that any terrain I've been through before, I basically have memorized. So I'm really
Have you
good
been
at
through
like,
here?
yeah, I'm really good at remembering exactly like any paths I've seen that we've already come across in nature.
So wait,
I
have you been
can't
through
really
the?
get lost in the wilderness.
Have you been through the Northern Dune?
Did we pass through it before?
No.
Maybe not.
Okay.
So it's just
But you can
survival
use that
checks.
survival check to potentially help track them down. Use that lizardfolk nose.
Doing it.
Hey, look
Hey.
at that.
Oh wow, this is pretty good. Okay, so can you detail for me what you're looking for with this survival check?
Okay, so people have been kidnapped, right?
Missing.
Gone
Missing.
missing.
Missing. People have gone
In the
missing.
Northern Dunes, yeah.
All right. Well, we go to the Northern Dunes, and Frask sees dunes and sand, and he begins looking to see where the sand is lower than it might have been otherwise, because things have left tracks there in the past that the wind has swept over, and he just looks for any points where elevation is inconsistent over linear paths that indicate things having trekked or dragged others in the recent days. And in that sense, he's tracking without looking for direct footprints, but just like inconsistencies in the sand elevation.
Okay, yeah. I sent you a DM.
Blood, scraps, clothing.
Yeah. You. Let's see. What would you find? It's a great survival check. I think what you would find.
I also have a great sense of
Is-
smell, for what it's worth.
Yes.
Oh.
You would find
That
two
takes
things.
the air thing.
So leading over a series of large dunes, you kind of go up and you bid the party stay, and you climb up to the top of a large dune and you survey, and you know that as a traveler of these lands, that walking on the crests of dunes is how you kind of go from place to place, but you'd really like to stick to the rocks, because if you ever had to stop for any reason, you want to be on like some like rocky outcroppings. So you make your way kind of from like patches of boulder to patches of boulder. In one of these patches of boulder, you kind of find an abandoned campsite. There's not much here. There's like where you think someone had a bedroll, a fire pit that's been out for a long time. We do have a sign of life. The other thing that you see is walking on the tops of these dunes is you see kind of here and there these unnatural depressions in the sand, kind of in the valleys between the dunes.
All right. Well, if there's any species that I can scent off of the campsites, I would like try to discern what what
human.
race or human.
Human,
All right.
yeah.
What about
And-
the
Looking at the depressions, they look like
yeah.
And I wouldn't give you that. Like if you rolled an 18, I wouldn't tell you know the species of the person who slept here 3 days ago, but like fucking a 26, man, come on.
do the impressions look like it's like equipment landing or set up on it, like footprints, like
The
they
campsite. Rocky outcrop.
What?
Campaigning against-
No. The depressions in the sand?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they kind of look like little sand pits. And this is something that Frask notices.
So they don't look like
Oh.
tracks. They look like singular pits.
Like antlion pits.
Like
Yeah.
antlion pits.
All right. I point
you
towards
know-
that area and I
lurker
say,
pits,
"Be wary
sarlacc
of what
pits.
lies beneath the sand."
John,
And,
do if I look at them not up close, Is there a way I would know anything about them? Like,
Oh yeah, no. If Frask points it out to you, with his 26 survival check, you and your incredible perception, you'd be able to tell. Like you've seen stuff like this before.
there's critters.
Critters. Yep.
Besides
Uh,
me, I didn't know what antlions were. Now I do. That's amazing. Things I
They're
learned
cool.
today.
It's a good boss in Final Fantasy IV.
No, I mean like the insect. I've seen those like all over the place, and now I know what they are.
Oh yeah, they're
That's fun.
really interesting.
Yeah.
As an aside, yeah, they just dig a little pit and ants
And
fall in.
and gestate in. Yeah. It's amazing.
Starlack them. Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool. All right.
there's some scary critters in those pits, guys. Or, non-scary critters. There's critters in this.
Friends.
See, I told you we should have brought the Tinker toy.
Frask, you do pick up a scent though. A 20. What can I do? So you would know you'd have to continue your journey. It would take you longer than the rest of your traveling day to continue on though. So you have the choice to press on or camp.
We can travel.
Camp on this
So we
outcrop,
already slept
right?
at the inn.
Yep.
Went
That'd be a day's-
tracking, and in one day, this is what we found. We found one campsite and one depression that we avoided.
Well, yeah,
multiple
you found like some critters and you avoided it because you were able to spot it.
I think
Okay.
Blaine's depression's been going on longer than
I
one day.
do need to
It
ask,
has.
where is Primus? Did y'all decide on what to do with him?
I mean, we could keep him strapped to the camel for now.
I thought
I
we
mean,
just left him in the turtle.
No, we
Yeah,
haven't gotten the
bartender's
Torals.
Toral's Toral's not in between where we are.
That's where we were
and-
going with the dialogue. Was it okay with Diggory if we left him there?
Well, y'all talk amongst yourselves of what you would have wanted to do with Primus.
I don't know. I mean, if they're affiliated with the town, they might get no.
I genuinely don't give a tinker's fart.
I think he'll
Hey,
be fine
Primus,
there.
Do you want to go with us or do you want to stay here? This is the pass.
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Is he still
Johnny,
convulsing?
Alex is expecting you to do some DMing, John.
Let's see.
I think he was doing a Twitch motion for me.
Yeah, I was doing a Twitch motion.
Uh,
Primus would say, you, go,
oh, let's take this sad wretch with us. And
Somebody rebooting.
maybe the people we rescue will be, arcane engineers or some shit.
Fingers crossed.
Let's just figure it out, guys.
Yeah, he can stay with Buckhorn and the
Yeah.
camel.
I think it's a.
Show him on our bag holding.
So wait, are we bringing him with us then?
I think so.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
said with Buckhorn and the camel.
I mean,
I-
not
I
like
assume
into
Buckhorn's
danger with
coming.
us, but
Okay. So
he'll
we're not
stay
leaving.
some distance away.
So we're not leaving him in the capable hands of Diggory.
No, you're taking him with you. Is what I heard.
Okay.
Off in a random stranger.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right.
Okay. So, do you camp or do you press on?
I think camping is wise.
Yeah, camp on the crappie or the rocky outcrop.
Okay. I'll
And
need
take watches.
yes watches. So there are going to be 3 watches if you do watches, or you can just sleep. Who is on first, second, and third watch?
First watch is Frask because he is still retaining the energy from the sun. Then, and it'll be easiest for him to do first watch.
Hell of a last watch while she's transcribing spells.
Okay.
And Blaine will do second, I guess.
Sure, he'll do
Okay.
those.
Musket Lum will attempt to sleep through the night and hope nobody notices he didn't take a turn.
I guess that means Primus has third watch.
I'll do
That's
third
so
watch.
cool.
There's 3 watches.
I
Alright,
don't know how many
Frask.
watches there are.
Genius and
Give
beauty needed sleep.
me your perception check for your watch.
All right.
Frask is on first watch.
Should really loan out my shield to watch people, but I didn't do that.
Perception and survival are my 2 good skills.
Oh man,
Good job.
that's a dope perception check.
And
Okay.
medicine. I'm also good at medicine.
Wow. Jesus.
Never mind.
Just rub some goat meat on it.
Is wisdom also the druid's main stat?
Oh shit.
Guys are lucky as fuck. Okay. So Frask, what are you doing during your watch?
He is sitting on a rock like this.
Okay.
Looking
Okay.
around.
And when everyone goes to bed, like in your how do I want to put this? In your like camp down state, are there any things you'd like to do at the end of the day before you go into long rest? Frask gets up on a rock and just like does the crouching position and begins scanning the horizon and everything in between. And he goes into watch mode.
You asking all of us or just Brass?
All of you.
Keeping my spells the same, so I'm just resting, I guess.
Helen takes notes about the day.
Oh, I'm ensuring Buckhorn is transcribing properly the day's events.
Oh, good call.
You give an editing pass on his.
Musketlon uses his carving tools to carve a small rune in a stone that he places under Blaine's bedroll, so that when he lies down and touches it, it makes a farting sound.
A plus.
Nice.
All right. So
Magical whoopee cushion gets up every time.
while Frask in the night, and I did roll this, you sniff the air. There's, the wind is howling. Something about the way the wind winds through the rocks. So you see a dune kind of collapse in like a wave would. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right to you.
The way the dune collapsed?
It's a confluence of things. It's the sound, it's the sight. You get an uneasy feeling.
It's us.
Blaine will slither. He's crawling, but he does it in a slithery fashion towards Helen, and he rests
Wait,
one.
Frask?
Sorry, what did I say?
It's a Blaine.
Sorry, Frask. I forgot which one I am.
Okay.
Frask will crawl towards Helen and puts a
That's
hand
roleplay.
on her shoulder, so that and squeeze enough for her to wake up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And it says, "Something approaches." And then he
Okay.
crawls over to Don Sorgo and awakens Don Sorgo the same way. And
Never gonna get
then
used to that.
and then he goes over to the rabbit and awakens the rabbits the same way. And then he goes over to Blaine. And then he goes over to Musketlon last.
Let's get to see where your priorities are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, if you want a calm reaction to something, you don't wake Musketlon first.
That's fair.
While
not, Blaine.
Frask is doing this, out of the sky lands. The way I can describe it is a worm the size of a dog. It just kind of splats into the ground around you.
Like worm with a Y or worm with an O?
Worm with an O. It has a weird shape. Worm with a Y would also not be. It has 4 wings that are kind of like trying to flutter about. It's kind
This
of
was not a
wriggling.
controlled fall. This was a.
It was
Flat.
it was like a controlled fall.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. It
Falling
wasn't like
with
something
falling
dropped.
with
The worm just splat.
The wings would indicate otherwise.
Okay.
And you all kind of look at it, and it looks at you, and I'm gonna give you one for free. It ejects corrosive bile out of its mouth at you, which begins to disintegrate the side of a tent as it misses. We're gonna all roll initiative,
Well, nice. We have.
and you
No, we're
are
not.
Out of the sky? Oh, it has wings.
I can't. Yeah, I have to be able to click a token.
When did we get
Ooh.
10?
There we are.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty sweet.
Ooh, I love the guy.
Somebody's a member of a Patreon.
No, man, this is free. This shit is free.
Let's see.
I'm subscribed to battle maps if that's what you mean.
Metal battle.
You have advantage on initiative. The shield is so broken.
Alright.
I can't believe this is uncommon.
What's the shield?
Sentinel shield.
Hey!
What does it do?
Let's see.
I guarantee you Frasca's for
Advantage on initiative.
Frask has
And
10
protection
dexterity, I think.
this thing loses that dex match.
Wow. It flies and has bad dex.
Flies is a strong word.
It's
It flawless.
Style.
I feel like we really need to pay attention to some of these like aesthetic attributes because I feel like we missed out on a giant pharaoh in the desert. There's so much we could have explored there.
All right.
That John
Fras,
did not prepare.
You're first.
All right.
Eat it.
It's quite close to me, isn't it?
It landed basically among you.
I will cast Bark Skin on myself, giving myself a 16 AC. Whoop.
Okay.
What action is that? Let's see. That is one action, so I can't attack. So I guess that's all I will do. I guess I could then shapeshift as a bonus action. Fuck it. I will shapeshift into the snake.
The giant snake? The
Yes.
colossal snake?
Yes.
Means I gotta get that for you. Hold up.
I will be a
So
I will be a huge snake or a large snake. Wait, no. Yeah, huge. I'll be a
Constrictor
huge snake
You're
with
gonna
bark skin. So.
Yep.
16
All right,
AC.
you. in a maneuver you've seen before, Frask just turns into a building-sized snake.
And he's recently eaten goat.
Don't tread on me. Sorry.
Who is it going to attack? Who's tread on me?
I saw a really good. Sorry to bring up politics. I saw a really good image of the "Don't Tread on Me" flag and the thin blue line flag on a truck. And
Oh,
it'd be like,
that's so funny.
do you guys know what these things mean?
Oh my god. It's like they just anything that can mean racism but they can say doesn't mean racism, but they don't fucking learn what the other meaning besides racism is. That's what
It's
it is.
basically like, if I lick the boot, maybe they won't step on me.
I did see the one where it's the snake that's blue kissing the boot. It's like, tread everyone but me, please. Thank you.
Hey, freedom demands that we shoot a lot of cops and soldiers because they're from the government.
Stop.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so there was antlion zergling thingamajig.
Yeah. So this
there's a worm duder.
yeah, worm duder is
Worm Duder.
spitting acid, spitting hot takes.
Cool. Hot
And
takes.
yeah, this hot take is going at the giant snake because, of course, it is. It's the giant snake.
Aw, I wanted a hot take.
And it spits at. Yep. Okay. So that's 4 acid damage coming your way.
It hit? Oh, it did, yeah.
That's all it do. All right, Blake.
Yeah.
I was so happy to have advantage on initiative. I still go last.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Blaine in this form is fights a little differently than Blake, and he, for the most part, only uses his legs. So he's gonna do like a heel kick on this guy. We'll start with that because it's unarmed strike.
That's a hit.
Okay, so we'll do that for some damage, and
Just
Since
wanted
it
to
hit-
do that. Sure,
I like
John.
imagining Blake and Steven Seagal.
8. All right.
and then since it hit, we'll do that.
This Primus is Kim Jong Un.
Oh, yeah, okay. So a con save? Oh man, you know what these things are great at?
Wisdom.
Con saves.
That's not good enough, I don't think. Wait, it's
Yeah, what's your
Shit.
8 plus wisdom plus proficiency?
proficiency's 3, 8 is 13, 13 plus wisdom's 3, proficiency's 3, plus 8 is
So
14. 14. Ooh.
Oh, he makes it.
That's,
Oh, he does. Does
The
he?
dog-sized worm makes it.
Shit. Well,
Yeah.
you
that's
got
good
con,
because
son.
well, that's fine because wait, if I'm not mistaken, it's
Here comes
You
another
can
one.
do it on every hit.
I was gonna say I haven't even done flurry of blows.
No, yeah. You don't even have to. You can do your extra. Do what you want. But you can do
Yeah,
your
yeah.
extra. Your
Yeah,
bonus
that's probably the
attacks.
smart. Yeah, I'll do the second one. So yeah, I try to nail him right in the head, just to, like knock him off balance. It doesn't work, and so I like front kick up right underneath him, trying to get that second kick in for a wonderful blank. Yeah,
That's a hit.
that. All right, and another 5 damage, and
5 doesn't quite do it.
that's fine because I'm gonna fucking flurry this fella.
Are
And
you
with
stunning
this-
strike or flurry?
Well, since he said we're really close, I'm just gonna go like full Mortal Kombat where I do like the mid-air like.
Finish him.
I'm gonna do like three kicks up in the air, like, or 2 kicks up in the air, just to like doom doom, and hopefully both those will hit, or one of them will at least. So. This is where you tell me none of them hit.
He can do
I'm
both,
sorry.
right?
You've already done one bonus action attack, right?
No, because it
The
says he
stunning
can...
strike's not a bonus action, I don't think.
No, it's not. It doesn't
No, it's
say.
not. You did. Okay, sorry. You did an attack for 8.
And then have an extra attack.
Oh, extra attack. No shit.
yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I forgot we're level.
Did one of those hit?
Yes. Both of them, actually.
Oh, cool. Well then, hopefully
Oh, yeah.
that's enough.
More than enough. So this just like this acid delivery worm.
This whole time he's had his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, you like. How would you like to? It's big, right? It's mostly just like a sack full of acid and wings and a mouth to direct it is what this thing is. So, how would you like to destroy it?
Yeah. So we came down with the heel kick, then a front kick. We're gonna go and launch it up with a heel kick, and then do a roundhouse to knock it like right onto this beach over here next to the giant constrictor.
It kind of flops about lifelessly as it falls to the ground, and an eerie quiet falls over the camp. You have.
That's
Go
how you
ahead.
get your
I'm gonna
kicks.
metagame and say you have a round to yourselves. I'm gonna go through everyone. If anyone wants to move or anything, you have a round of movement.
I'm gonna go up. We'll say up here where crabgrass is, and I'm going to mount.
Okay, you're gonna mount up.
Crabgrass. Yep.
Crabgrass is the donkey.
Can I look up? I guess
See?
as with my reaction to see like if more of these things are falling rough area where they're gonna land.
You don't see any.
It's
I
dark.
can't even get a roll.
Frask will approach the slain beast and he will smell it. He wishes to inspect if it is edible, if it is toxic, what he can discern of its like species,
Tastiness.
and like what other things does it smell like.
It's obviously toxic, but it doesn't
Aw.
smell like, because it's full of acid.
And
It
so are
doesn't
people.
smell right. It doesn't
yeah.
smell
I'll be
like
taking dodge action. Just
doesn't smell like a beast. It doesn't smell like
Most things with a stomach are.
it smells different.
Using my best judgment, could I tell if I think it's an aberration or I'll give you the full list: aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Give me that list one more time.
Aberration,
Mhm.
celestial, elemental, fey, fiend,
And undead.
Okay, it's not any of those things.
It's just a gross sack of
Extraterrestrial.
crap.
I have protection for evil and good, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't one of those.
So Helen, Musket Lawn, and Blake still have things to do.
All right. Well, that thing's gone. It came from the sky. I know. I assume the crater the pit that we see looks approximately like all those other pits that we saw.
Well, currently you don't see any pits, unless
The
you
one
would
that it just
specific-
landed at, where it just landed, doesn't have an equivalent spot.
where it just went. Poof, no, it clearly came from the sky. It fell down.
It didn't
with
leave a
big-
crater when it fell.
Sure, a little indent. You're on a rock, man.
Did it hurt when it fell from heaven?
It took damage when it fell. Yes.
Okay.
Gave you its number. It's fine.
But yeah, well then, yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action and watch this guy with the musket, and be ready to pull.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cast Bless on 3 of us: John Sorgo, Snaky Boy, and whoever says something first out of Musculon. And oh, there you go. Blaine.
John, did that 9 kill him or did the 10?
Laddie.
The first one killed him.
Can I hold that second blow as a reaction if anything comes near me? I still have a reaction.
No. Yeah, but your reaction, you can't use your reaction to attack if you've already attacked.
I mean, I
Unless
still have.
something-
I would theoretically still have one more attack.
He burned a
You have
key
to hold
point to do an extra attack.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you can't. No.
I think you
If
still have
it-
to
if
hold
you-
an action.
I
If
just
you've
wasted the key
overflow, well, you used your key point to kill it. The fact that you got 2 extra attacks means that 1 attack was too much. Like it was
Well, yeah.
only 1 attack was.
That's
With
it,
the monk, you always get 1 bonus attack if you want. It's just that you use the key point to do 2, and so he just whiffed a key point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
one
that's-
key point.
Them's the rules.
One key point is 2 unarmed attacks. So
All right.
But
yeah, you're right. You're right. I should have
Last-
just done. Yeah, I should have done the attack. Flurry of blows.
So-
Ellen just says, "Have a blessed day," and for the first time in your life, that's meant something.
So if you're blessed, give yourself a little icon, the blessed
Aw.
icon. All right. So at the top of the round, the
Flip 'em.
ground
looks blessy.
begins to shake, and across these little ruins, this little rocky outcropping in the dunes, arising out of the sand seems to be a legged shell with some kind of you can't tell if they're eggs or something on its shell, but it comes out, some toothy moss screams at you, and it shakes its back and kind of thrusts its shell forward and ejects 3 more of these things into the sky.
Three more of the wormy guys.
You watch it, and it comes like these worms come right out of the shell and are just thrown into the sky. You don't know where they're landing.
Okay, I see. I hadn't zoomed out to see the dude or across the.
And then
What do you roll
closer
for
to
concentration again? I can't remember.
Constitution.
Okay.
2 more baddies.
So what you're saying is the skeet thrower just launched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, you have a held action. What is the range on your held action?
60 meters for the musket,
60 meters.
Yeah.
That's 180 feet.
60
Or-
feet.
whatever the unit is. 60 units.
I will say, like, in the time that they're falling, you will get your shot. So, roll your attack.
All
Sweet.
right.
Is
Well,
this the big mother?
Yeah, this one back here.
What's that one?
It's
Hydralisk?
a different one. Yeah. So
Okay. I
a
didn't know-
large.
That's not the little
like
things that launched
it looks
out.
like a large snake. It comes out of the ground. It has 2 arms that are filled with spikes. They're just like spike repositories. When they lifts these arms up, it's just feathers of spikes on both arms. And he has this. Look at the picture, man.
I mean,
but yeah.
it's kind of hard to see.
A mutalisk.
But yeah, the important distinction between I always hated this depiction of hydralisks. Like their arms, when they lift them up, it's just like big old fans of spikes. If they do this, you're just looking at a ton of spikes.
He's got the wrong lisk. Sorry, everyone.
All right. Well, Musculon raises his blunder spear, lines up one, pull. This lets it rip. You see the runes carved into the butt of the spear end glow as he fires.
All right.
Did it do the extra thing?
20? Yeah, no, 20. 20 is actually 20 is good. So is that 13? I don't see any extra damage on there.
Piercing. That should be. Oh, yeah, that's piercing because it's the shot. That's right. Okay. The plus 10 plus 3. Okay, it's built in from the enhancements things. They're all just like. Okay, now it should give me the radiant fire or the arcane firearm. Okay, I gotta add this roll. Okay, there we go. I thought that would add on with the global modifier damage, but it didn't auto roll it.
Oh man, you're so close.
Yeah, 1's pretty lame.
Okay. So you wing it is the wrong word. You blow the biggest part off of this thing as it's coming down off of this dog, but it just next to you, and you think you killed it. Where are you, Musculon? Is this guy? And you think you killed it, and then it turns its head toward you.
Well, that's just nasty.
Yeah. I have to roll for these guys as well. Alright. So we're in a new...
Oh, there's
All right.
more of them appearing.
Okay, alright. This be the fight.
Thought we just finished it. All right.
So the Spitlings are gonna go. So they rolled a 20 and they move as a pack. Alright, move speed. Oh, pretty good. They're dogs. Makes sense.
Are these Zerglings?
Hoopty. Oh, yeah.
Hold on, are these Zerglings?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are not the things. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, these things are different than these things.
Yeah, the things that are on top of you right now were ejected from the back of this guy over here.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Zerglings,
The wingworms from the.
They came up from the sand.
they're artillery shells,
Okay.
and they land next to you. Yeah. I
Gotcha.
should link the ability because that's and
Sure.
this guy.
So we need to get the,
And this guy's gonna go around back. He's gonna
Wow.
He's
lot
gonna
of
come
movement.
up to you, Dunsorgo, and threaten you. But he can't attack. All right, so
Right.
giant snake is gonna take. Four
Fine.
attacks.
Speaking, didn't this lady already have her turn?
You mean
Wait, what?
having birth to 3 children? Yeah, I think it would take 6 seconds.
19, but she seems to have already, fired her friends all over us.
Flew a load.
You're right. Okay, so each of the Spitlings gets 2 attacks, and because there are 2 Spitlings attacking you, they have pack advantage, or they have pack tactics. So, what is your AC is 16? I believe they all hit.
All right. It looks like I failed a it looks like I failed a concentration check, so I will unfortunately lose.
Wait,
Bark
what's
skin.
your AC with bark skin?
16.
It's gonna be less than 6.
Okay. Well, so the first one, oh yeah, the first one does fail. So that one, that one, that one, and that one. So that's all the damage you take.
That's it.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
6, 7.
Get
All right.
yourself a Zergling.
Just waiting for the wheels. It seems like all woe so far.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Okay.
It's gonna find Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh man.
Wow.
The spike thing is next. All right. So this creature.
This is what I was complaining about.
This is good. This guy. All right. he's gonna hurl out some spikes.
Rude.
Yeah. Let's see who's in range. Oh. Nope.
Nobody.
Yep. No, Helen. And so we're gonna say they're gonna go one arm to Helen and one arm to the Python. It's Helen first.
What's Bless do for me? Is it saves and attacks?
We're about to see if you're gonna keep the.
Saving throw.
Yeah, I think you should have added that to your saving throw.
I'm gonna say an 8 doesn't hit.
It
John.
wouldn't.
for my
It wouldn't have made a
concentration?
difference. It wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have.
Sorry, Helen. The first one is you. This is 16.
Oh, the 16 is me. Oh well, that sounds higher than my AC.
So it's 9. It's 9 piercing to Helen. The second one misses.
Okay, let me do a con save. That's what.
Are you blessed, Helen?
No, neither are you.
Oh, okay.
Because unfortunately, it's bullshit. But bless is a concentration.
This
Concentration.
is really.
I should have been a little bit close. I guess that
Oh.
would help you.
Oh no.
By the way, I put up an aura. If you're within this aura, get yourself +3 to
What's how big's your
saves.
aura?
Plus 3
It's
is
10 feet.
10
So it's in the circle
okay.
I put around me.
Does
He can do that.
I
You
do
Does
can
not
do
Helen
it.
have
That's in your
anything to
settings.
do about
Can you
that?
guys not see that?
to do about
Oh, you
what?
just gotta freehand draw it, Ben. Always
No,
just
my
freehand
guy
draw.
should have a thing around it. I don't know
No,
why
it's
you guys
just
don't see
freehand
that.
draw. Just like get like a circle.
I-
Like
yeah.
that's a good circle, right?
No,
Ben,
I see what you're
couple
doing.
other
I see what
circle.
you're doing.
Ben, Ben,
and you know some
click your
radiant
character
power.
token.
And
Yeah,
really,
Click your character token. Click on the gear.
Yeah, no,
and
I
think
did that.
there's
I
a
don't
thing
know
that
why
says
you guys
aura
can't see it.
token.
I can absolutely see it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
none of us can, because John, you need to go in and say that others
I
can
need
view
to.
it. Yeah.
I need to fix the thing. Okay, I'll do it.
And I go
Wow.
from 9 viewers to 4, just like that.
Just like that, Pete.
So what's the problem?
Family business.
I was like, is there anything you do about that? I'm like, do about what? Some.
oh god,
Oh, see, look, automatically killed the character.
I killed Musculon. Now if he
That's
lives,
what you
surrounded
get.
by ball hair.
That's what
Yep.
you get.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, bless his concentration. So.
Yeah. So the blesses have faded unless there's a luck or inspiration that Helen has.
I have an inspiration. I could try to roll my con save again.
How do I
It's up
bring
to you.
Musculon back?
I'll go ahead and roll inspiration.
You drag him on from the.
Yeah.
For a single fucking bless. to-
Yeah. There you go. That's,
All right.
that's
Yeah.
Where?
You're
If you go
still
to the journal,
blessed.
Pete, you can drag your character onto the screen.
Okay. Wait, journal. Come on. Do it. No, it's not working.
I'll do it.
Okay, here we go. From my name, not from the token. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
We're gonna have a great round of RPing later to get some more inspiration anyway.
All right, Frat.
Reasons.
It's up to you, man.
Well, I am threatened, so although it is
You
not
do
my
have
most.
blessed because I used my inspiration to.
I do have
To
bless.
keep it.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
job.
You keep blessed because Helen
Use it. Use it.
used
Don't
her,
lose it.
her good pun inspire roll to.
Is it just for one, or is it last for 10 rounds?
Oh, it's until she gets attacked again, which
Oh,
right now.
Okay. Well, that gives me. That's
Does a
enough
13
inspiration
hit
for
a
me to protect you.
Zergling?
A 13 does not hit a Zergling, I don't think. Nope.
Well, poop. But wait, does it? When I add a D4, does it hit a Zergling? Let's see.
It's a good chance.
14?
Nope.
No, a 14 does not hit a Zergling.
Oh.
yeah. Actually, I thought it was your next attack, but it's just until the spell ends, which is
Yeah.
Which is 10 rounds. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
it's
Yeah,
a
it's-
lot.
That
Bless
can be
is
really helpful.
great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be like a cantrip if it was just for one thing.
I mean, it's a little one spell.
There is like a cantrip like that, I think. You just like add a d4 to something.
Aid.
Oh, that's you're thinking of blast. It's a level 1 spell.
Isn't aid a cantrip?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, maybe.
That's like the weak ass version.
I don't
of
have
bless.
it because I'm a human. I took light, and
No, you're good.
it's
It's helpful.
dead.
Ben, check your DMs.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, well that is Frask's turn.
Oh, he tried to
he'll-
constrict. Okay.
Yeah, and he missed. So.
Okay. Yeah, the Zergling is just a little too small for you to get your. It's a dog-sized thing, and you're a giant constrictor snake, and you try and curl up on it, and it's not working out. Blake, there's
Yeah.
a worm next to you.
Howdy. Yeah. So there is. So I hear you say that. We'll start out with a simple mundane attack. See how that goes against that guy. Looks like it did all right.
It's a hit.
That seems like a hit. With that, I'm gonna spice it up with a little bit of flurry of blows and something unyet seen. So he's gonna do a reverse crescent kick, and then he's going to where's the thing? Yeah, he's gonna drunken technique that. So he's gonna get another hit in, of course, because that's how flurry of blows. Oop.
Dragon Master's really fun.
Yep,
It is
that's
fun.
a hit.
Okay. You just tell me when. Keep going. 14.
That's a
Damage?
kill.
That's a kill. Okay. I have a +10 bonus to my move, and I still have an extra flurry of blows to get in. So 5, 10 is right here.
Can't
What?
I can't put the X on it because it was off
Ah.
the screen. Okay, yep. That's the one that Musketlon winged as it was coming down.
Okay. Then that second flurry of blows comes in. Boom to this guy
Yep,
up here.
that's a hit.
All right. Show me some
Jesus.
damage. Kablam.
Yeah, that kills that one as well.
All right, and
Nice.
then we have my extra turn, which will be.
There's Zergling here. There's a
Shablam.
worm here.
I don't think a 14 hits, right?
What are you attacking?
Roll a d4, brother. Also,
Oh,
what do you
that's.
attack?
Thank you. I'm attacking. Oh wait, that one's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you killed. Yeah,
Oh well, then. Never mind.
Musketlon shot it as it was coming down.
Then I will use that movement to go over here and use that same thing on the one next to Helen.
Okay.
Appreciate
With
it.
it's a 14 plus a D4. 18.
That's a hit.
Shabam. How's it looking?
It's looking pretty bad, but it's still alive.
I think now. Let's see. That's hold on. Drunk technique does not take a key point. Hell yeah. I think it's time for another flurry of blows.
You can't do that.
You can't. No, you can't do that.
Is
You
it?
can't flurry of blows.
It uses
because
your
you're-
bonus action.
Yeah, flurry of blows uses bonus action.
Oh yeah, that is. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's good.
Yeah, you should be happy.
All right. So
Hands still in pocket.
Blake kind of is trench clearing here. All right, Don Sorgo. Blake just kind of, as one of these dog-sized worms is falling out of the night sky at you, Musketlon takes aim and blows a huge hunk of it off. It still lands like right in front of you. Both of you think it's dead until it lurches to life, and then Blake comes by and punches it in the goddamn face and kills it.
Kicks it. Kicks it.
Behind
That
you
one was
runs
mine.
a bladed dog that you've seen before.
Well, I'm gonna attack that one.
Okay.
That was with bless.
Oh man, that sucks because the way I wrote these, 14 doesn't hit.
It's
It-
It's a 15.
A 15. Oh, a 15.
15. Yeah.
A 15 does not hit.
Yeah, the blessing.
It's a 16. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real with you guys. 16
You know what? I'm gonna
hit.
burn a luck. I'm gonna burn a luck.
Okay.
On the 1d4.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess you get to roll the d4 again because you're rolling the roll again.
If you roll the attack again, you get to roll the d4 again.
Yep.
Much
That super hit.
How are you doing the conjoined roll like that?
I found that you can. I added a global attack modifier for bless.
Yeah, you
I
can
I
check
just
and
toggle on
uncheck.
and off.
Yeah, you
I
can
figured this is
toggle.
going to come up a lot. You can do the same thing with global
Yeah, I
save
intend to
modifier.
do it a lot to you guys. So
Yeah,
So yeah, you
if
can
have
go in and add that.
if you have a barbarian, you can toggle like rage and whatnot.
That's,
so.
yeah, that's how I learned about this.
clever.
Um.
Myself, but I'm never gonna blast me.
All right, so yep, that takes a
Alright.
meaty chunk. Like you, I guess it's a rapier, so you spear him through, probably through like the upper shoulder. You don't kill it, but it is wounded.
I'll use the second
Wounded.
attack then.
That you would leave it so unsatisfied.
Oh, that's a certain hit. Is that 6?
Yes.
It is what I would call death's door, but not dead.
Okay.
Importantly.
Well, Crabgrass is going to disengage.
Okay.
Oh,
Move to put them
Donkey
back in
Girl.
that aura.
Okay. So the mount uses the disengage action and
Yes.
Okay.
And Helen, are you doing offense or are you going to stay on defense? But I can bonus action
nobody's hurt.
sanctuary.
Nobody's hurt except for the guy who has fake worm, fake snake HP that he can restore.
All right, I'll hold off on
Right,
the sanctuary.
Snake can. Yeah. I mean, sanctuary is preventative, but also we're fine. I'm gonna.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to move down here so that Big Snake can.
okay, and benefit from your aura.
What's the aura
Okay.
do?
+3 to saves.
Nice.
I also didn't ever change they changed their menu, or did they change their interface? So I had a hard time figuring out how to give permission to see it. Anyhow, all right, that makes it Helen's turn.
Okay, then on my turn, I am going to. Let's see. I believe the only thing super useful I have, I don't think I have any attack non-cantrips. So I think I'm going to, unless I want to speak with the dead Zerglings, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the guy next to me.
Okay, this guy.
Wait, this one.
Wisdom saving throw. How wise are the Zerglings?
That's a worm here.
Fucking whatever, man.
Let me find the character.
Banelings.
The Banelings.
Sound of
yeah.
a Dolores bell rings.
Not super wise.
Yeah, I think that doesn't look. I'm gonna say -2 doesn't succeed the save.
Does not succeed.
And so for Toll the Dead, because I am level 6, that is 2d8 damage, right?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, 2d12
2d12, yeah.
because it's already wounded.
Because it means it leans into it.
Right? Yeah, it's just.
So I just want to
That's
know
great.
how does
a good
one of
cantrip.
these like weird worm things explode when you give it the double Toll Dead?
Oh yeah, it just vibrates into pudding. It's like you hear this bell sound, and then it just and then it just like a jello vibrating, and then just
Yeah. That's exactly what happens actually. And it kind of discorporates into like a kind of gel. And it's odd because, well, I think in our round or two you'll see what the other corpses do. There are no swarm locusts left. We have to roll a d6. Does anybody know how recharge actually works in this game? Do I have to
Yes.
roll above a 4, or do I have to roll a 4 or greater?
Where does it say your recharge is?
Recharge 4.
Okay. It doesn't say 4 to 6, so I would think that means you have to roll a 4.
I don't think that's what that means.
I mean, normally it does have a range. I know you probably custom made this, so
I had to custom make
yeah.
make all
So
of
if
these.
it's a recharge 4 to a 4, it would
Chat
normally say 4
says
to
roll
6.
4 or
So if you roll
higher.
a
4 or
a
higher.
4 or higher, it will respawn. Yeah.
Thank
So-
you, chat. Roll to 2.
typically you see
Right.
recharge like 5 to 6, which will do
Right.
a 5 or a 6.
He custom made
You
it.
recharge
so
4. I assume you meant 4 to 6.
Yeah. So I think the
It
only
doesn't say that.
It's gonna move up. It's gonna move up a little bit, and then it's going to use.
Oh, what do you mean? It already used its spawn thing, giving
Oh, this
labor the
guy.
whole thing in itself.
Well, it rolled an 8, so it tries to acid spit at Blaine, and it didn't work. So it's gonna.
That's some
move,
long spit range.
move the fuck back. Yep.
Damn. Okay.
I look. It's technically at disadvantage, so I'll do
Is
it
this
again.
water,
Yeah.
or is this just
Shallow water.
in the middle of the desert on a dune on a rock? Got it.
It's in a way, dude.
As you do.
As you do. All right, Spiteling's turn. There are 2 left, so 2 of them are still attacking El Snake. We're gonna try and do this quickly because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time.
Yeah.
So,
Is this the Wonder Wall?
Yeah.
I clicked that too many times. So there are 4 attacks coming your way. They're at advantage. So this is the damage for you, Frask.
My turn.
And then
No.
Wow, that's a bit of damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's all damage on Frask.
it's
Yeah.
all of that is on Frask because there's
Six,
2 of them
These two.
attacking you.
15.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd spread out a little bit to try and flank you because they're more like hounds, This one over here is going to attack its nearest target, so it's going to attack Musket Lawn.
That's rude.
And this is not at advantage, so a 20 and a 7.
20 will hit.
It's 9 slashing to you.
Suppose. Let's see here. So, how does that work with? Okay, my armor is just +1 to the DC, right? Okay, so 9. Okay.
And then the Spike Fang is going to throw out attacks on the same 2 targets: a 12 against Helen and a 14 against the giant snake.
Ain't going to it.
Nope. Or I'm not a giant snake.
Frask, a 14.
14 to what? AC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh, 10 to you as you
Alright.
take another volley.
Alright, I am no longer a snake. I revert to Frask, the lizard man.
I think you do carryover, like the extra damage goes to Frask.
The
right?
extra damage does carry over. So if you had, I
Yes.
think you had 5 hit points left, so you take 5. Yep.
That is absolutely correct.
That makes it your turn, Frask.
Alright. I will step to here and do Primal Savagery, I believe is what it's called.
Ooh, like that.
Oh, yeah, 22 hits. What is
Oh,
this?
It is acid
What?
damage, so I don't know
What
if
It
there's
says
resistance to
it
that.
says to self. What does that mean?
It's a spell, so I guess. But so the way it works is it turns my teeth or my claws into acid weapons. So I'm casting it on myself, and then I can do a physical
Gotcha.
attack with the acid weapons. So I
That's
guess it's like
pretty
I'm
dope.
casting
Alright.
magic upon myself in an instant. To be like,
Yeah, that's
Sure.
that
Yeah,
absolutely hits, and he takes all of that damage. They're not immune to acid
yes.
or resistant. So, which attack is it? Is it your claws or your bite?
It is a slash with the claws.
Okay, so your claws begin dripping with acid, and you slash across this.
Oh, for dramatic effect, my teeth do too. I am salivating
Oh,
it for that moment.
Sure. Yep. And wound it greatly. Another strike like that would surely kill it.
The self thing is funny because the range is self, but the target
Target was not.
make yourself good at attacks, and then you make an attack.
Yeah.
All right, Blake.
What? Don Turtle, what does this aura do?
+3 to saving throws.
Okay.
Should
sure.
you need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna maneuver right around here. That's only like 15 movement.
You need
Yeah.
it.
I want to get in there. And we'll go with the first one. Boom. Shilak-a-lock.
14
Still
does
have
not hit.
bless.
Oh, you have
Still have
blessed.
bless. Good job, Helen. Yeah, does an 18 hit?
That does hit.
Totally worth
Yeah.
it.
9 damage to that one.
Oh, he's dead.
Bless
Yep.
Yeah.
Splat.
All right. I'm gonna slip up over here.
Okay.
And oh wait, there's still one right here, right?
Yep.
Uh,
This one's been hit though.
it has, and I think that's where I should probably do. Yeah, I'm gonna try to metagame this out. I'm gonna flurry of blows him because of the drunken master thing.
Did you have a second attack to do?
That's what this is. I do. So it's an 18 hit.
18 does hit. So this is your flurry of blows. So you did that first attack,
Then flurry of blows.
and then flurry of blows, which is 2 attacks. You missed the first one. You hit the second one. That does
Yes.
kill it.
Oh, good. That's great. Because
I
with
gotta
drunk
move
technique,
it to kill
yeah,
it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. If it didn't, I was just gonna move away anyways. But because
Okay.
of the disengage, but that gives me a +10 to my movement, so that I can get over here and do my extra attack.
Oh,
Walking speed increases by 10 feet. You just get an extra 10 feet.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then there's 8.
And you smack that one for 8. Yep.
And is he dead?
No.
I'll allow it. I could have stun striked him, but I didn't.
All right, done. Sword
I think
go.
I could have. at least.
There is a man weaving about you in an odd fashion.
Hands in pocket.
And I think you guys have it under control over here, and I think I can just make it to this square if Crabgrass dashes.
Yeah, it's shallow water, so you can gallop.
Cavalry
through it.
charge!
There's
Yeah, I'm gonna
there's
charge and
swimming in
attack.
here. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
me your best
Right into
impression of
danger.
Xenophon.
See how that goes.
That was great.
That's a good attack.
And I'm gonna second level smite him when I do this.
Perfect.
So that's actually 3d8. So I guess I need another d8 here.
In there. Oh yeah.
Oh my lord.
See,
Fucking
pallet.
paladins.
Yeah.
Paladins.
paladins are gross.
Wait, is he considered to be a
Oh my
fiend?
god. Alright.
Is he considered to be like evil fiend or anything?
Nope. Nope.
Uh,
Nope.
So
I was gonna say if so, we can double up.
33 HP damage.
How 20 it's 20 31
It's
33.
2,
Holy
11,
shit.
13,
You
and 7.
look, you're not sure you could have done more
That's
damage.
33, yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Lance.
This is how I felt with Rock Slide during the Ajax fight. It was amazing.
Oh man. Yeah, that's incredible. All right. So you spear this thing. Like it's like its arms are flinging these spear-like spikes like across this lake across this like shallow puddle at you. And you mount your donkey and you tilt at this monster and you strike true.
Was that second level Divine Smite or a first level Divine
Yeah.
Smite?
I did second level.
Yeah.
According to chat, second level Divine Smite's 3d8 damage.
He
Yeah, I
did
rolled
do 3d8.
another.
He
I
did.
rolled another
He rolled
d8.
2d8.
That's what
He
that
did.
is.
Yeah.
I understood. Okay.
He rolled high.
All right, now Helen.
What do you guys think? So, a couple of your, how many hit points are you missing, Musket Lawn? I know Thras is missing 5.
I'm only missing 5 right now.
Yeah,
HP, I'm down 7, 9, 9.
7. Do you guys think that the best defense is a good offense or hit points?
Absolutely.
Okay. In that case, we're going to toll the dead again on this guy. 'Cause he's wounded, right?
He is wounded. Yep.
Okay, please make a wisdom save for these wise-ass Zerglings.
Spitling. Wisdom.
Oh.
It's a 2.
Yeah, it's a 2. That's, look, my spell save DC is slightly higher than a 2. Because I am a thinking human being. So he takes, what, 2d12?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's jam again. It's just
this
like
this,
how nice to make jam in and out of combat.
this blade dog vibrates to death. It just it's not nice to look at.
But it's a good feeling.
This is a good cantrip.
You can feel it in your feet
Yeah,
on the
Total
ground.
Death fucked up. It's so good.
There are no swarm locusts. It is the swarm mothers.
It's bad if you are fighting something with willpower.
I think it's going to.
Nope. Stand fire.
Well, no, I'm gonna overrule that. It's gonna fucking leave. Out.
Opportunity attack.
Can't the
No, it's not that one.
not that one. The big lady.
You know what? I didn't realize she was there.
The one that's launching the artillery at you.
Well,
You gotta zoom really far out.
the guy next to me.
Okay, so I think Don Sorgo is probably the only person who sees this, but I'm going to leave the token here. So the Swarm Mother is going to go as far as she can on her movement, which is... Okay, which is only 25 feet. Right, so she moves in between these two dunes, but then she disappears into the sand.
Sure she does.
Just... And
Oh
digs,
boy, I wonder what she's happening.
digs into the sand. But very clearly, seems to be running away. There are no Spitelings left. There is a Spike Fang left, but it gets disadvantage on its ranged attacks if it attacks you. It's just gonna move away a little bit. You get your opportunity attack on Sorgo.
You smite.
Don't serve.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite again.
Well,
First level, though.
You can smite
Assuming I hit it. Assuming I hit it.
Of course you will. You're done Sorgo.
that's a yes. Yes, you hit it.
Oops, sorry. Only should have done one of those. This one.
It's all right. So it's 7. Okay, and you're gonna
do
smite it.
a smite.
Really good. Do you want to add another
Oh
D8
my
to
god!
that?
All right, Don Sorgo.
Okay. You need to.
How do you kill a Hydra?
Yeah.
I guess you just skewer it. I assume that it ends up being kind of cooked by, radiant energy.
Yeah.
Or a kebab.
Any particular love for the arms that are
kebab.
full of spikes that it's flinging at you? Because its two arms are just the missile pads that have a bunch of missiles in them. That's what his arms are. He's just a hedgehog on his two hands. Anyhow, so yeah, you skewer this thing and it begins searing, and it you kind of this is a large creature, so it's big. It's a big thing. And you kind of turn it over, and you and your donkey both kind of push weight into it, and it sloughs over this ranged missile platform. And that'll make it, we're technically still in initiative if anybody's chasing the artillery piece.
How far is it?
It's running away from Don Sorgo on the other side of the map.
How far your range with your cannon?
Probably.
Also
I think it's
under,
120 feet.
also underground at the moment.
Details, laddie.
Oh, it's Frask's turn.
But that's not a measuring tool.
So can Frask sense where the beast will emerge?
You're not close enough. The only
Yeah, I
person
can't
who
get
can really see it is Don Sorgo.
Alright.
All right.
Let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
we're gonna let it go, here's how I'm gonna do this. So at the end of the fight, surrounded by these accumulated corpses that you've so valiantly fought off, a man with green eyes and a pickaxe walks up to you as you're recovering your wounds. I'm gonna put you back, Don Sorgo. Walks up and says, "Hello, friends. I could use some help with my repairs. Are you willing?
Wait, who's
Help an
this?
old man out in the desert? Just a guy appeared out of the dunes."
Green eyes, pickaxe.
I cast no truth.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know. Insight?
What is this role playing? Let us just get to the chase.
Who are the
Magical
pickaxe and
guard,
green eyes
okay,
that need
alright.
repairs?
He needs to roll a charisma saving throw. My spell save is 15.
I'm gonna be real with you. He does not need to roll a saving throw.
He's immune to it because he's undead.
Nope.
No.
I
Just-
will allow
Oh, right.
Helen Graves to roll a perception check, which she's amazing at.
Yes. It's not a passive perception check because that I have advantage.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Nope.
not today.
Not today. Yep. Nope. So he does not have to roll a save. And he asks you for help with repairs.
Repairs of
Can I do an insight to this guy? Like,
That's where we're gonna leave it, guys. It's midnight. We're gonna pick it up next time.
random green-eyed pickaxe man asking for help
Yep.
in
And
in the middle of the desert.
I've
Nothing
He-
suspicious about that at
after
all.
combat, he walks up and says, "I need help with repairs. Can you help?" And he's got a pickaxe, and
The repairs. I like that he just assumes we know what that means.
yeah, he's
The
like, "I need help with the
repairs.
repairs." Yeah.
All right.
Not
Well,
sus at all.
yeah. Well, thank you very much, John. Great session.
You're welcome. We'll see you next time on Magnus Opuli. Ooh.
All right. I've cut the recording. I will now
Okay.
send the stream onto a raid. Get them sweet, sweet channel points for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I don't know what that means. Let me tell you on it.
That's fine. They get
Everything
extra
in life
channel
will be
points if they stick
gamified.
around for a raid. All right. Well, thanks
No,
for
I didn't.
watching. VT Blast, Sammy, everyone else. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Are you off the stream now?
Not yet.
There it is.